Hello there. Welcome to Christmas. My name is Matthew Lees. This is Quinton Smith. We are both enjoying a fine tug of festive tea, and that's just Christmas.
That's what Christmas is all about.
Jingle bells, Christmas jingle bells. Have you seen my Christmas? Didn't come home last night. Everyone's quite worried. Please find Christmas. Happy Christmas.
Oh my god.
Last Christmas,
Where's Holly
you a
June?
jigsaw, and the very next day, you gave me it back.
Did you
Did I what?
Did you buy a Where's Wally jigsaw because you were jealous of my Where's Wally advent calendar?
No, this was just, I spent a long time in the bookshop today trying to figure out which jigsaw we should do. And honestly, I was like, it was difficult because I've not done a jigsaw in ages. Like 500 pieces seems like a long time.
There's multiple ones you can get here. You've got Where's Wally in Town, Where's Wally the Jurassic Games, and Where's Wally on the Beach. Come on, where is Wally?
That's not the song.
On the beach.
Was it a keys on a beach? Wow.
Somewhere there is Wally.
I'm gonna get beers. We need beers for this. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. I mean, like, it's been a long year.
Hold this. You said that like, I mean, I was gonna say like someone died, but we did lose a member of our team.
It's not dead. But, you know, it was stressful. Being like, someone's leaving. We're going to have to work that out. How's that going to work? Am I going to have to help write the news on Mondays? Yes. Am I going to have to do slightly more work? Yes. Is Quinn's going to do any more work? No. Yeah, he does. I'm sure he does.
You got my favourite.
I did. Oh, thank you.
Because it's a Christmas miracle.
Thank you very much. That's very kind. I kind of wondered if you would, like in the same way that you had a dream last night that I would injure myself, and I did. On the way, it wasn't a dream so much, but I just thought about it when I was walking down, and when I was coming down here, and I was like, I wonder if Quinns will get some cans of neck oil.
Ah, and I did.
Because we were talking about it on Sunday, and I was like, ooh, that's good.
If you're watching this, Beavertown, we will sell out for you. There's very few companies we would sell out for.
Yeah,
but,
that's yeah, I totally would.
I would absolutely film reviews of the can of Beavertown like on the shelf
It's
behind
a family
me.
show.
Yep.
It's drink responsibly. Small cans of orange things. It's very good. It's
If
very
you're
good.
American and can't get Beavertown,
Unlucky. Yeah, it's unlucky. We got one over on you. Once again. First cheese, now this. Really showing you up.
ooh. Are you gonna?
Oh my gosh.
Why are you laughing?
It's so small. This has like, most of the board games we review have like more components than this.
Well, it was quite cheap. This is only £8.
And look, it's got the best before date on the inside.
Oh my god.
Best before 14th of February 2018.
That's probably when it was manufactured.
No,
Let's
it's
be
best
real.
before. We can't,
I love that I took that question. No, Matthew, it's when it was made.
Quinns, we can't eat this. It's almost 8 months after its sell-by date.
If you've seen Wally, call this hotline. His parents are very concerned.
Became fascinated recently by the fact that there's a character in Where's Wally.
In the Where's Wally expanded universe.
universe.
Oh my god, look at all this sawdust.
Yeah, that's how you die. He's called Oddlaw. And Oddlaw is a bad Wally because he has a moustache and a yellow and black jumper like a bee. Because bees or wasps are sometimes bad. But
He's the Waluigi.
he's basically the Waluigi. Well, he's not actually. Someone pointed out he's the Wario. And I'm like, yeah. But I like to think of him as the Waluigi.
It's because he has the same
he's
body
lanky.
type, yeah.
I know. But it's technically he's the Wario. It's just because I said he was like the Waluigi of the universe. But then someone was like, actually, he's like the Wario. And I'm like, you're completely right. He is like the Wario, not the Waluigi. But it just feels right to call him the Waluigi because he's got the same proportions as Mr. Wally. However, what was interesting about this is the fact that in the UK, and I'm sure we've got people in the stream now going, what is going on? Because in America, this is called Where's Waldo? Because in America, they have people who are called Waldo, which is
which is mind blowing.
which is absolutely crazy. But we don't. We have people called Wally, and hardly any of them because it's a silly name.
Let's make sure that if people turn on and like, I thought this was a cool board game stream that we can have this guy getting pissed on neck oil.
Root Boy, rooting it up with some root beer.
See, look, we've got a mascot from a popular board game. We're not scrubs, however,
now we just
temporarily.
need like a shelf full of board games behind us.
Yes.
And
Oh,
and
God.
we fully devolved. But no,
What
what I
have
was
we
going to
become?
say, this is interesting. I think it's interesting.
The bad guy is called Oddlaw because it's Waldo backwards. However, in Wally, Wally backwards is not Oddlaw, but he's still called Oddlaw in the Where's Wally translated universe. However, somebody told me something quite interesting, that if you inverse Wally, it becomes Yalau, which actually is a word in Welsh, which means the hand. And the fact that Wally's nemesis in a game about trying to find where he is called the hand is perfect. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
But other people are free to disagree with that, Quinn's included. I like the idea of the hand being the one pointing out Wally. And presumably, like, Wally doesn't want to be found, and Oddlaw is just going up to the police and going, "He's over there, officer! Arrest that man!"
Sure. It's not that I just...
It's Christmas.
Yeah, go to your room. You've ruined Christmas again. I didn't disagree with you. It was more like, I was just trying to think, like, there's that donation video and they turn on and it's Matt ranting about the extended Where's Wally universe while we do a Jigsaw.
I didn't hit you hard by accident, did I?
No. But I was worried about the hat.
Okay, good.
Hang on.
That was the level of impact I was going for. I'm worried about my hat. Oh,
There we go.
that hurt.
Oh no. This is the second head injury you've got. I just thought the crown was so, like, eminently smashable.
Oh, I see. Well, no, it just meant that it didn't smash, but it just hit me with the perfect ring of card.
Ah, yeah.
So you reduce the impact thing.
Wow, it's almost like a torture device. Okay!
It didn't hurt very much, don't worry, but you might have ruined my crown.
That was kind of the goal. Yeah, I thought no, it looked good. They were all, like, splayed, like a... I'm sorry. Shaking makeup? Are you ready to defeat this?
Am I? Welcome, Twitch. What's up? We're necking some beers and doing some jigsaws. Hit it. Da 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 da.
Oh, wow.
Da, 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 da,
I was joking earlier about can someone win and lose a jigsaws, but you are making me feel like...
Well, you make me feel like a natural
jigsaw
loser. Come on, you know the rules of Jigsaw Club, don't you?
What? No?
You don't know the rules of Jigsaw
What,
Club?
you mean, like, turn them all face up and then look for the edges?
Find the corner. Yeah.
Well,
find the corners.
sure, but someone needs to...
Each jigsaw puzzle has one corner, and you've got to find it.
Everything else spirals out.
Yeah, it comes out from that. It grows, alright? Make me feel like
That reminds me of, like, puzzle YouTube.
I found the corner.
Okay, great. So we'll put that in the middle of the table.
That's how we do it. This is how we jigsaw. This is how we jigsaw.
There's loads of pieces in this jigsaw.
Oh my gosh.
There are. Don't laugh at me. Matt, can you focus?
We'll have to buy another NTG4 for the old camera system, Quinn's, because there's a lot of noise on these old NTG2s on these Sony, what's it called?
I don't like this.
I'm
man.
Camera Matt,
I
and
wanted
today I'm going to be talking to you
no.
about lenses, cameras, microphones.
I really want Camera Matt to stop.
Yep, me too.
Unfortunately, you have to live with him.
Unfortunately, I have to live with him all the time. It's a nightmare. You've done all my favourite bits.
What, the top?
The blue bits.
The bit that's
No.
easy. There's two more corners.
Fine,
can look
you
for.
handle the sky and I'll do all the sea. So,
Oh, God, not lying, right? The satisfaction of finding two pieces and then jigsawing them together is immense. I was expecting this to be like, an ironic thrill, but actually, this is wild.
this is pretty special. So, yeah. Have you, because we had a fun thing, I was realising with me being an awful man who's obsessed with what things look like. But have you, because we in the donation video we made the other day, it's actually pretty fun. It's a fun video. Like, obviously, like, there's a bit at the start and the end where we talk about why it would be nice if people would like to donate to the website so we can continue doing our stuff. But in the middle of it, we had a thing where we kind of went on a trip down memory lane and we're watching our older videos and then just talking about them. And it was quite funny because some people were quite rightly being like, "Don't be mean about early Shove Sit Down." It's like, no, quite right.
No, we weren't being mean.
No.
It's just like, you have to understand that stuff is gonna... We love it. Like,
Yeah, it's like amazing, but then it's hilarious to look at some stuff and just go, what's going on with that?
Yeah, it's possible to love something and make fun of it.
Exactly.
That's the key thing.
But we got a full version of that, which is going to be in the newsletter for for donors, which should be really fun because it'd be like a half an hour thing, basically, of us just sitting on the sofa, moping around, jumping through old videos and going, "What's going on with this?" And rambling about it. And a lot of that is not a lot of it, but a lot of it is me going, "Oh, that's so blown out."
Yeah, the mega game footage. We were like, "This is great."
Yeah,
oh,
like
wow.
I literally wouldn't use it. I'd be like, "No, we can't use this shot."
No, the point isn't to make fun of it. The point is just to sort of explore our feelings towards it, because it's
Especially because a lot of this stuff we haven't even really looked at. Like, some of it, like I haven't looked at for years, or ever.
Yeah, I rewatched stuff a lot.
Some of the stuff I edited, like after I edited it, I was just like,
But it's interesting that like
some things I rewatched, but mostly
director's commentary came along and like sort of changed how people, sort of thought about and consumed their own work, and that is sort of for the first time we're able to hear directors talking about their work, and that's great. But because of what directors' commentaries are, you never have directors being like, "I hate this." But obviously, all creators, all actors, feel complicated things towards their work. So I think people aren't used to having people come on and talking about something that they made and that everyone likes.
oh, I love that commentary though about with the Oasis stuff.
Oh yeah.
When it's like,
You should explain this to the people at home.
There's some snippets. I think, is it Noel or Liam? I always get them
I
mixed
think
up.
it's Liam.
It's Liam, I think, talking about it's on a DVD for like Oasis music videos, and someone's put together like a supercut on YouTube. It's just like a 10-minute thing of the best bits of him and talking about their music videos, and it's amazing because just so much of it he hates, and he's just like, "Oh, this is the worst album we've ever recorded. I don't know why I even did it. We should just put it in the bin." And talking about the process of making a music video, and they were like, "Oh, we dug a grave in this," and then the guy was like, "Oh, what should we put? What should we put in the grave?" And I just said, "The drummer." And the director went, "That's brilliant." And it's like, they said, "Is this it? Is this all this is?" Just saying things and doing things, just having this amazing contempt for like the work they did, the money they spent, and all the stupidity of it. And it's joyful. It's really wonderful. Yeah.
Is this true? Apparently on the special edition for Hot Fuzz, there's a commentary with a group of actual police just discussing their job compared to the movie.
That's great. That is
awesome.
genius. Hey, speaking of genius, who's a genius? It's Quinn's. What's this you got, Quinn's? Well, let me tell you. It's the top of the jigsaw.
All right. Well, how are we going to get the top of the jigsaw over here? Oh, we should turn it around this way, so then people can see it, because that's the way cameras work.
Oh yeah. So wait, we're gonna have it upside
So we
down.
have it upside down for us.
No.
Oh,
wait.
come on, we can deal with this. It's a jigsaw for children. Admittedly, I've only
It's
managed
not,
to
it's
put
for
together.
Yeah, how much have you done,
I've
Matt?
done 3 pieces.
I've done 3 bits.
But
But
hang on, where's the box?
those 3 bits have a total of 2 connections.
Okay. Oh right, so that's the cruise ship, and then we're gonna do the. All right.
Can I have a look at the picture? That might help.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay, right,
It's
fine.
not what you thought
There's
at
more
all.
cruise ship here than I thought. I'm like, why don't these join up? It's like, because it's a third of the jigsaw. Okay, there's a lot more cruise ship than I expected.
Okay.
It's fine. I'm an expert at cruising.
All right.
Did you manage to?
I'll do the other walls.
Did you manage to run that? Sorry, so it's a long stream, so we're gonna have some just chat in between if you don't mind. Did you manage to run that video through Handbrake and see if that worked?
No. What would I have? I knew that we'd be working all day today, so I was like, I'm just going to.
Have a bath.
Whoa,
Yeah.
some people are really not into you looking at the picture.
Oh really?
Yeah, apparently there's a split in the jigsaw community as to whether or not that's
This is how we get banned from Twitch.
stream sniping.
Oh wow, that's interesting because some of them are just like.
Well, I mean, if you're just not allowed to look at it ever. Like, what does that mean?
Yeah, you.
Does that mean someone else has to buy you jigsaws and just put the pieces out and you have no idea what it is? Like, come on. I'm not going to cross-reference it, but just seeing it once that seems fair. My memory's not that.
Seeing it once.
Just getting an idea of like how much proportionally is like. Because I was trying to put together like 6 or 7 little orange bits, and then realised I looked at it and I'm like, oh, there's probably about 40.
Yeah, but you could
Never look at it even when you're done.
You could.
Is this like a newsagent's having dirty magazines on the top shelf covered with like foil like they did in the 90s of being like, you can't look at this picture of a naked woman. The real jigsaw shops where the enthusiasts go, they come in sealed bags.
Wow.
So you just see how many pieces are in it and that's it. And you don't know anything else.
Wow.
And then somebody else who works in the shop might look at it and go, oh, it's a good one, this. I don't want to know.
Do
Don't
we-
tell me. Don't even tell me what it's about.
Do you have a? Oh no! Look, hey, I've got two. Hey, look at me, Matt. I just like no scope. I was just like, that's a corner, and I went, wonder where the other corner is. Saw it. That's a corner.
Yeah, I found another corner as well. There's something wrong
No,
with this
because
jigsaw
these are
puzzle.
the 4 corners.
There's something wrong with
Jokes
this.
aside,
Yeah.
these are all the corners.
Yeah, there's something wrong with this jigsaw puzzle. That's
Oh, no, that's
the
not a corner.
You idiot. You actual idiot. This
I'd like
is
to
a corner.
announce my retirement.
I love this. Playing attack cars as creatures, and now you're being like, I found a corner.
I think I'm really tired
That's
today.
a circle. What? Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, like,
It's been a long year.
It's been a long year. Matt's been depressed.
it's been hard. We've been
Uh,
working real hard as well, like because we've been trying to get lots of things ready for Christmas.
Whenever we put Shocked content up, like the panels or developers explaining their games, we never ever try and use that to replace content, from us, like us reviewing or playing games, that kind of thing. So we're using what's happening? What'd you do?
Replacing what? What were we replacing, Quins?
Oh, why? Look, hang on. I saw someone else complaining that I used the word content in the donor drive.
I
yesterday.
hate the word content, and it was EFCA, and I was like, you're quite right. I hate the word content.
Okay.
You're going to get a bag of coal for Christmas because you've been referring to internet content, and also some people. I thought people were being a bit snarky, but some people had pointed out something that I've never noticed, that we've got a habit of referring to us checking out games for review as playtesting.
Oh, look, hang on.
Like-
Some people were having a discussion about this on Twitter, and I have no time for it was.
No, I know, and it's like, come on, you know what I mean. basically.
Exactly.
But I was like, yeah, fair enough.
Look, the playtesting thing was a slip of the tongue, but it reminds me of how I don't know if this is as catty as I should be, but having discussions about the words that people use, who are in the job, that's the kind of thing you do if you're not busy already doing it for a job.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's okay, it's all very well for people to be like, oh, you shouldn't use this word, you should use this word. It's like, okay, I'm actually.
Oh yeah, no, it was people just being unnecessarily like, oh come on, you just sometimes your brain doesn't use quite the right words, etc.
Proof.
Proof and point when you're working really long hours, but no, I just thought,
Oh, that's getting added to Quentin's bad Christmas list of this is the reason why he's going to get nothing but coal, because he keeps referring to us making content, and I'm like, I hate that word.
Okay.
I hate that word. There are 2 types of things you make on the internet, Quins. You make stuff
And mistakes.
and junk.
Okay.
Or nonsense. 3
It is
types
a useful
of things.
word.
It is, but it's just...
No, I get it.
I
get it.
hate it.
These
I
mermaids.
hate it.
There's mermaids tickling a king. This is a bit saucy, actually. Look at that.
oh,
Hang on, wait.
Hey,
Do we
find
have,
it-
what's
We
the...
have, close-up cameras that I'm not getting to use, so...
Oh,
Find-
okay,
find
where
the
are
other
they?
piece.
Here? Hang on.
that's not the close-up cam.
Yep, oh, that's it.
There we go.
It's good.
It's going to focus,
Yeah.
Hey!
Something for the dads.
Or the mums.
Everyone could be into mermaids. I should know. There was a Shucks panel, which we just talked about, where one of the panels we did at Shucks was the live game of Billionaire Banshee, where the audience had to guess if Matt or I would or wouldn't date fictional people, and then it was elimination. So to begin with, it's like, would Matt date someone who's a billionaire but they're a banshee? And then if you think Matt would date them, they run to one side of the room. If he wouldn't, go to the other. And then if all the people who are correct stay on, all the people who are wrong are eliminated and have to sit down. So it was really fun, lots of running around, really good energy in that show. But a lot of people crashed out because they didn't know that I would totally date and sleep with A, mermaids, B, centaurs. And that resulted in a lot of sort of bad feelings across the day.
Yeah,
So
a lot
people
of,
were
lot
like-
of soul searching really for other people.
Yep.
Who is this man?
Why have we come to this
Yeah,
convention?
why are we here?
What's happening? Yeah.
That's all right, no judgment. It's just a bit unexpected.
You're right.
It's just a lot of jigsaw here, man.
Yeah, I think we're doing this at a good
I
clip.
just need to pace myself.
Yeah, do you want some fresh air?
Yeah, I just need to go and breathe. Whew. Let's get some Uptown Jigsaw, trying to get all the pieces. I need to, yeah.
Can you chuck me my phone? It's over
Oh,
there,
shit.
brat.
Do you need to be on your phone for a bit?
No, I'm just going to... You just chuck it.
There's no way in
Just
this
chuck
world
it.
that I shall... No.
Come on, it's already smashed up to hell, man. It's mostly broken glass at this point.
You're like, but it's not completely smashed.
And that's true.
He's a
But
good boy, is Chris Pratt.
Look at this.
This is my
That's
custom
the back. What's the front?
my
look like?
custom fascia for my Sony mobile phone. The front is completely fine.
Well, that's why Chris shouldn't throw it.
It has a dent where I walked into a table, but the glass is the glass is absolutely fine. It's actual Gorilla Glass. Every phone claims to have Gorilla Glass these days, but I tell you what, they all shatter. I had a dream that I dropped your phone, and
You had a dream that you dropped my
Yeah,
phone.
I only remembered it was a dream like the other day when I was like, oh no, that didn't happen. Classic dream situation. But yeah, I dropped your phone and it cracked a little bit, and you were like, oh no, it's fine. And you were like,
That sounds like me.
you were like, it was an accident. It's not your fault. But I could tell you were really upset that your phone was broken.
I was really
I was
upset.
like-
You're right.
I was like, you weren't angry with me, but it was a new phone and I'd smashed it, and I was like,
You should get the screen replaced, Dream Quins.
Yeah, but you
Just
did
chill
that last
out.
time for cheap, and then you couldn't. What was it? What part of the phone could you
Oh
not
no,
use?
I didn't use a good service, and
You couldn't do dots or something. Or
I
was it-
couldn't touch the corners of the resistive touchscreen didn't work in the corners, so I couldn't use certain letters when I was sending text messages. That was a bad phone. I used to be kids today. Like when mobile phones first came in, the first wave of mobile phones that some kids at my school had were really funny. There was one that only worked if it was warm. So
Oh, yeah.
I was a kid when I was like 14. He had his mobile phone, but if he wanted to send a text, he would have to put it in his armpit for a while before turning it on.
That's amazing.
I was rolling, and now I feel like I've hit a dead end. Are you hiding wall pieces from me?
No.
I'd
I'm
like
not
to point out
hiding
that
What is it, Chris?
we've just ended up with having a nice picture-in-picture so that you can see the.
You've worked out how to do picture-in-picture.
But yeah, but I'm not happy about it because I was doing all my inventive transitions.
Yeah.
And did people lose it over that a little bit? But picture-in-picture, everyone thinks is the perfect shot.
Well, you can actually do picture-in-picture and like customize it by using
Yeah.
the software,
Mhm.
which you can have a go at next
But
time.
it's
if you
nowhere
want.
near as fun as
Just
having
pressing
an
a button.
actual slider. As unfortunately the Twitch chat has been watching, as I've been like, I really like there's one that looks like a jigsaw slotting together.
Oh really?
It's not good.
Oh.
But I've had a nice time.
Oh, but there's like a pre-made one, is there?
Yeah.
What within the desk?
Oh, it's just like four, but they all slot in together, and it's lovely.
That's hilarious.
Wow, that's probably the first time that's been used for actual jigsaw. What the hell? You talking about jigsaw?
Yeah.
Get them jigsaw views. Are you talking about jigsaw?
No, I'm just in the process of trying to write a tweet to remind people that we're streaming Jigsaw Puzzle. I have accidentally written a typo, which has just made me laugh like a lot.
What is it?
Streaming a board game called a Jigsaw Puzzle.
The jigsaw puzzle was.
I know we did talk about Jigsaw Puzzle.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that I've written a Jigsaw Puzzle by accident. It just tickled me. You know what I'm like? Sometimes I just tickle myself.
Yeah, famously, and we all wish you'd stop.
I'm going to take a photograph of the Jigsaw Puzzle. There we are. For people who wonder how many takes it takes us to get photographs for Instagram, etc., there's your answer. It's just one. I'll tell you what, that picture makes me look like I've been hit in the head. Which I have.
Because of the.
But no, because of my facial expression.
Oh, right.
It's
Oh, we're rolling now.
yeah, it's a
Thought I
one
was
hell of a
rolling.
thing.
So I was pointing out that Quinn's is doing the lion's share of the jigsaw here.
Thank you, chat, for noticing.
Just because he couldn't win at a real game.
This is a real game. This is as real as it gets.
If you die in a jigsaw, you die in real life.
I think this was a really good idea because I think I was playing like a bunch of intense games
Yeah,
It's
I
like-
thought your stack of games was a little bit
on the intense side.
yeah.
Oh, hang about. Someone has now Matt Stum has countered that actually Quinn's has only put together edge pieces.
Well, Matt's only done four like non-edge.
I've mostly done.
Look,
it,
if you
yeah.
think that
No,
this
no,
is
I'm
less
not.
than
Listen, I'm not getting into this because I've been looking for that piece for ages and it was just there. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm gonna stand by Quinn's in this regard because frankly,
Thanks, man.
I'm doing a really bad job at this.
Hey, check it out. Check it out.
Although it's bringing back some really fond memories of.
Ah.
Oh boy, it's bringing back some really fond memories of like doing jigsaw puzzles. When I was
Oh, is
ein
that?
Kinder.
Hang on. Look.
Ba, 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 I like jigsaws.
This
I
is
like
fun,
jigsaws.
right?
Yeah, no, it's good. It's bringing back memories of. I think there was a heat wave when I was a kid, and we did some jigsaws in the cellar, I believe.
In the cellar.
Not the
Wow,
cellar.
that's ominous.
Not the cellar. The garage. But the garage had a bit of a celery vibe. I just remembered that.
Oh,
I'd
because it
forgotten
was
about
so
that.
hot.
Yeah, I think it was so hot that it was like the garage was the only place that was cool, and we just did jigsaw puzzles in the garage and ate ice lollies.
Ooh, that sounds like a very.
And I wasn't even that young. I must have been like
27.
33. I forgot about that. That was nice.
Happy memories from
Yeah.
Jonathan Down.
It's one of the examples I think of my mum working out something fun.
See now, look. Okay, here's the thing. I'm adding to Matt the stuff that's in front of Matt, but I need people to like be noticing that Matt's not even doing all of this himself. Like all of this, this is me.
I'm reminiscing.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't let you do whatever you want. I'm fine. I just need chat
Are you
to
fine?
not
To
think
be
that
honest,
you're
like
great.
some of those pieces that you put down are actually just out of shot as well. So like,
Twins. Twins.
This is
Are you
hard.
fine?
Well, then fix the shot, Chris.
it's a nice shot. You just like.
Wait, where should I be? Where's,
actually, no, I
where's
think,
the edge of the frame?
like, yeah, that is the edge there.
Okay, whatever.
Quins, you've just got to like, you know,
What? What are you going to pick? Choose your next words very carefully.
you've just got to understand that, you know, you're a hyper-competitive bozo that is just driven
Have you got
by
the edge pieces that I'm looking for?
this. You're an edge piece.
That's right.
I think you've just got to like accept that you're never going to be the jigsaw master.
I don't need to be. I'm a master of many other things.
My process has become like really, really bad.
What is your? You have a process. This is news to
My
me.
process,
Like when I'm not thinking about it, has just been like pick up a piece and then go.
Yeah, I- Oh, hey,
Literally
look,
just
I
like
think
does
you
it.
can. I think you can lock that onto this.
maybe I don't want to.
Okay.
Maybe I'm busy boating around.
This is like if you can't do a jigsaw, then you're not allowed to do any other co-op.
Boating
games.
around at the speed of sound. Got boats to go. God, that's not the right piece.
I thought it was.
Piece of work.
This
This is why like this is the.
what? What is it?
I just feel like it's funny how
That's the same
that's not
piece.
just the same piece. It doesn't fit.
It looks so.
This is like one of the reasons I think we keep accidentally swearing is because this is us in our most natural habitat. And
Yeah,
this is us what we're actually like when we're traveling to conventions and stuff, where we end up basically just taking the mick out of each other and just talking nonsense very late into the night.
Yeah.
And it's like, but this in particular, the reason I start laughing is it's like this is that. But like we're 80 and in a retirement home,
That's what.
and we're like waiting for our second cup of tea and like
And you've been given Christmas
and
cards.
arguing about who's done a better job of the jigsaw.
Man, if that's in my future, I am completely okay with it.
Yeah, I'm down with that as well. That sounds like a pretty fun time.
Has anyone found Wally yet? The
No.
true aim of
The
this.
true aim
puzzle.
of this, when we find Wally, we can stop.
This boat's been taken over by zombies.
Is there a checklist of? I'm not looking at the front chat, but is there a checklist of things to find? There is not. Oh my goodness, there's like backstory.
Look at this diva. Look at this guy. All these like unwell lads. But this guy,
Is he in a sailor's uniform?
he's singing.
Oh.
It's like, ooh, baby, I love the way every day. I wanna be with you night and day.
Distinctively dressed, wearing a red and white striped sweater, black framed glasses, and bobble hat, Wally is a world traveller, always in search of the next adventure. From the pyramids in ancient space to outer space.
The pyramids
In
of
ancient
ancient
Egypt.
space. Spoilers.
Okay, join the search for Wally and his quote, friends and foe, in every scene, including Matt. I'll give you a fist
I've already
bump.
found one of them.
I'll give you a fist bump if you can name 3 of them.
It's Wendy? Or Wendley? Wendlin?
Wendlow. Windoline.
Try other vowels.
Wanda.
That's so close. Closest yet.
Wandy.
No.
Wandu.
You're getting colder.
Wonderful.
Well, you said Wendy.
Yeah, it's like Wendy, but with a different...
Windy.
Windy.
Wenda.
Wenda.
Mm.
Anyway, that's
The Windy Brenda.
Wilma, Wenda, Woof, Oddlaw, and the Wally Watchers. Who I guess are like...
Who watches the
fanboys.
Wally Watchers?
Oddlaw. It's very clearly established in the canon.
I like the idea of someone just
There she is.
tuning into the stream. Oh, you
Ooh,
found it.
nice. You should show you're tuning into the stream, yeah.
And not only is it the two of you doing a jigsaw under the stream name Shut Up and Sit Down Play Christmas, but also you've still got your names written on your hands.
I like that it shoves it down, play Christmas. Like, I mean, are there lots of people on stream, on Twitch, playing Christmas right now? How many people are playing Christmas on Twitch? That's the question
Quinn
you've got
said
to
it
ask
was
yourself.
okay to put that.
No, it's fine. It's absolutely great. Like, absolutely fine. But yeah, I found one of the characters. You see, just gonna get some appreciation for this.
It's pretty good. Now, if you could just lend that eagle eye to
I'm not sure when
actually doing your work.
you're switching it to it.
Oh yeah, no, it's been on it for a while.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
right.
good.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
God, that's terrible.
We've broken Chris.
I've got a lot of screens showing me that exact image.
Yeah. Possibly too many screens. I'm sorry, I'm a frightening man at heart. I have a face made for Halloween.
Frightening at heart.
Frightening at heart. Ding 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 diddle ding ding.
Yeah, that's what I was
Ding
thinking.
diddle ding diddle ding ding. Ding diddle ding diddle ding diddle ding. Ah!
Very good.
Oh,
You're the biggest and cleverest of them all, Matthew.
This boy. Look at this boy. Please be quiet and hurry up with the jigsaw. Please, you're being very distracting
I keep
from my
coming-
jigsaw
I
process.
keep coming close to
Actually
Jigsaw
breaking
Nirvana.
the
the jigsaw in like. I'm in Jigsaw Nirvana, mate. I am. I'm there.
Buzzing, mate. Absolutely
Buzzing.
buzzing.
I think something was in those mince pies.
I'm off my
'cause
nut
I'm
on
losing
Jigsaw.
my mind. Chris, you're very welcome to have a beer or a brandy, but I know you're a professional.
No, I'll spill it all over myself and this expensive equipment. So, but I'm good. Thank you.
That's just. I know that will become increasingly insufferable. Imagine the moment, Matt, when we fuse these two halves we're working on.
Yeah. Mine isn't so much of a half at the moment.
Yeah, I know. But you know, I think it's great that I think you're doing fantastic. You're so clever. Such
Thanks.
a clever boy.
Thanks, I really am trying.
Your hardest.
I'm not trying my hardest, but I'm.
Why?
Okay, I'm sorry, Dad.
That's.
Dad, I want to go home. I'm not having fun anymore, Dad.
You all want to go home, but it's Christmas. Oh, sugar.
Happy Christmas, Christmas.
Happy Christmas. I'm making the horizon, and I can look at it and imagine a world.
I'm
where I've
actually
been able to get
having,
away
so
from you.
far, touch wood, I'm having quite fun Christmas periods
Oh, are you?
this year, so far. I mean, there's still so much to go wrong. There's so much to play for. So many complications already on the horizon. In fact, thinking about it, I'm worried about Christmas for a multitude of quite serious reasons.
Yeah, I mean, it's that. I think I mentioned this on like the last. How does this not go anywhere? What the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
Yeah, no, I had that for like a long time. I got stuck because I was trying to find one specific piece. And you know what? I realised Jigsaw's like in life, you cannot do that. You've got to keep an open mind. And if you can't find the right piece for your life right now, move on.
Yeah, if you watching the stream who are worried about Christmas, you should know you're in good company because there was a survey recently that was like more than 50% of American adults would cancel Christmas if they could.
That's interesting.
Because of just money stuff, really, having to buy gifts.
Yeah, that's the big thing. But then, like, people get it, like, so stressed about that stuff. I saw somebody recently where, like, it was a thing going around on Facebook, which was, like, the hierarchy of, like, gifts. And, like, it was, like, here's the best sort of things. And the top thing was, like, you should buy people experiences and they'll remember them for years. And, like, make them something was, like,
Oh,
2/3 of the way down the list. And it's like, come on, like, just, like,
Just let people make something?
yeah. Like, if just make someone some biscuits or something. Like, you don't have to buy people things. Like, or you can buy people small things. Or actually, you don't even have to buy people Christmas presents. You could just buy them something very small, or make them something very small, and then just buy them a gift sometime of the year when you see something you think they really like. You don't have to. I don't know. Like, so much around Christmas is just people being like feeling like they have to buy presents, and then you just buy things people they don't really want, and it's just junk, and it just ends up in the bin.
Yeah, I got a lovely present from a friend of mine, Alex. Well, not friend, but.
I've just saw this present.
I've only hung out with them once.
Not my
is
friend.
all. So I
But
didn't
they
want
gave
to
me
put
something, I guess.
my words into like their, situation.
Okay, no, I get you.
But them and their housemates made like a little zine that was like some of their favorite recipes,
Yeah.
and they assembled like a tiny little. It's like cross between a cookbook and a magazine, and it was, didn't require much like it certainly didn't require much money, but it was a really cute gift.
It is. They say it's the thought that counts, but it really is.
Unless
And I think sometimes people
You're an
can
idiot.
get like really stressed about and I get it, but it's like you don't have to do it. You can just not do it.
Also, like, you can do it on your own terms. Like, I'm not really big into presents. I don't really get a huge amount of presents from people, and I don't really ask for anything. I never really want much, and I always get a couple little things, but I don't want anything. I'm kind of fine.
see, I'm an only child, which means that like I don't really want anything because I buy things for myself. But then also there's a part of my soul that like expects presents, which is not. It's certainly not the best part of me.
But hey, I gotta say, like, it's complicated. Like, and it's funny how like I could see like when we talked about Christmas a couple of times this like month on the site and things, and mentioned it, made reference to it, and some people are like, oh, it's difficult for some people, or some people aren't religious. The religious thing is a weird one because in the UK, like, most people are into Christmas, and like most people aren't Christians really. Like most people don't really believe in God, but it's like a kind of different thing. But
I'm going to derail the chat with the conversation about religion.
Oh, no, don't talk about that. But the key thing is, I think, is like, it's tough. And I know that sometimes people, like, if everyone's having a really fun time at Christmas and you're not, and people are like joking around, having an amazing time, best time ever, top 10 moments ever in life playing Jigsaw on a stream, and you can be like, I'm having a bad time, this sucks. And that's fine. And I think that's cool. And I've had lots of Christmases over the past half decade where I've been like, seeing everyone having a merry time, and I've felt like, not like that at all. But I think the other side of it is that like you can always approach Christmas and time of year or any time of year on your own terms, and if you just decide that you want to have a nice time and have a nice fun and have a bit of mulled wine and have a bit of festive time or whatever, or just buy some people some small gifts and enjoy that and get into it, you should do that. And if you're not having a good time, then just try and remember that it's cool that other people are having a good time, and in the future you'll be having a good time and other people won't be, and you've just got to like comes in and out. And so it's weird. This is one of the first Christmas times in many years that I'm like, I'm kind of feeling it. Let's have a Christmas pie. Let's have some wine.
That's great, man.
So if you're in that zone as well, then good for you. And if you're not, don't worry, because it'll come around.
Speaking of having a good time,
Life is long.
I think it's time to fuse.
Hey, why don't you slow this down, buddy? This is like this is a jigsaw
No, wait,
puzzle.
rather than being competitive, let's put our Christmas competitive
buddy, why
spirits
don't you share
aside.
some of this jigsaw puzzle with me?
Why don't you join me? Why don't you come to where I
I
am?
don't want to join you. I'm winning.
You can't even fit that. Stop! Give me that. I'll take it.
But I haven't finished my section yet.
Yeah, but look, now neither of us have finished our section.
You know we belong together.
Jigsaw
Jigsaw
puzzles
puzzles
ever
ever
and
and ever. No matter where you are, you're my guiding star.
For my jigsaw
And
puzzle.
from the very first moment I saw you,
Dude, this is so
I've
easy.
never
How did you
felt
not
such
achieve more?
emotion.
Wow.
I'm just doing this now, and it's like,
Does anybody else find that they know
Yeah.
all of the words to Home and Away?
Couldn't you someone put that piece down
I don't know why.
after saying that?
I know.
Can
Oh,
you
look,
move the
there we
puzzle
go.
down
There we
slightly?
go. That's actually.
Hang on, look, that's
What are you saying? Hey, look! We don't have a way to get close-ups. Of
It's odd law.
We do have a way of getting a close up. Detach him from the system.
You better put it back.
I'm not going to put him back. I'm going to eat them.
Get that focus.
Wait for it, focus.
Hey.
Look at him, odd law.
That's a bad man.
Wanted in 7 countries for genocide.
Yeah, he's a real genocidal boy.
Yeah.
And knows what he likes, and I respect that.
You know, someone who based their whole persona on Oddlaw actually is Julian Assange.
That's a funny joke.
Yeah.
It's a funny joke, because that guy is bunk. Da, 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 da.
That's Onion thing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's the.
Danger zone.
That game had a lot of things about it I really liked until I realised it was just bleeding me of money and there was nothing to it. But it has some wonderful songs. And I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't want you to do the same thing.
Chris and I have been addicted to a game called Battle Brothers recently.
Yeah,
You've
been talking about that, and I really want to play it, but I've done that thing of I've got a few games. Somebody really kindly gave me somebody who worked at IO Interactive, who was just somebody who followed the video game stuff work we did. Saw that I was wanting to check out Hitman 2, and they got some cheap codes through work. They got to buy some for Christmas as a gift for friends and family.
Oh,
they
that's
sent me
cool.
one.
How kind is that?
Yeah.
So it's like, I did think, because it's like, we don't really do much video game stuff anymore, and I don't really like to bother publishers being like, can I have a free game? Because really, I'm not doing enough of that stuff to, you know, they do that in exchange for coverage, and I can't promise coverage to a ridiculous degree. But that was really sweet. So I really want to check that out, because I've heard some pretty cool things about it, and I love Hitman.
Where the series is now, certainly. It's,
Yeah,
very
exactly.
lovable.
But I've been playing too much Diablo 3. It's rubbish. It's kind of fun, but it's just nonsense.
This is me trying to wean you off Diablo 3. Was a game that's
Yeah,
a little
it's pretty
strong.
bad. It's pretty bad. But it's really good for these train journeys to Brighton because it just makes time accelerate at an alarming pace. What else have I got that I'm playing?
Did you play a little bit of Artifact in the end?
I did.
I don't know. I don't know if it was Battle Brothers came at the right time, but I dipped in, enjoyed Artifact for a bit, and then just have not thought about too much.
I played Artifact for about 2 hours and then I bounced off it because it just felt...
Did you sell your cards first?
Nah, I didn't really have anything worth anything. They were all just like pennies and I couldn't be bothered. I mean, maybe is there a button you can just press to sell everything?
You can tell there actually is for duplicates, I think. Like,
Nice.
I think you can mount duplicates. don't know
I
if
think you
it's-
can sell.
Oh, okay,
yeah, I think
okay.
you can just like, and usually it's like that's worth 8 pence.
I was
And you gave Valve 10 pence. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
I was enjoying just playing the preset drafts of being like, hey, here's some different decks, and you can play these different decks against other decks. And I was doing a little bit of that, but then I found actually like the fun of playing against the same sets of decks again and again. I thought, but then also I had no interest in getting into the wilds of people paying for cards and stuff. It's fun. It's quite nice. I think it's quite good at evoking the feel of Dota in an interesting way.
definitely. Yeah,
Um,
I'm always blown away by. Oh well, I had the same thing with Hearthstone and like World of Warcraft. The designers that can take the feeling of a game and just transfer it to a completely different genre is.
It's a hell of a
it's
thing.
such a skill.
It's a hell of a thing. And I quite enjoyed that. But I don't know. I was just like, I kind of looked at it and thought, this is a thing where you just spend money to. And I was like, no, I don't see the end game. I'm like, what? I spent some money to get some cards so I could then be better and get some cards. And I was like,
That's kind of what threw me because, it's like, I don't know. I didn't know where I was going with that sentence.
yeah,
like
well,
it's
you can win decks of cards by playing well in the tournaments, but then you can only really realistically probably do well in the tournaments if you buy some cards first. So it becomes this weird thing of how much do I invest in order to then get free stuff, and I'm like, what?
But then also like if so much of the game is in draft, then why are you even trying to win the cards in the first place anyway?
Yeah. Also, there was something about it. It was like it was already flashy.
It's very flashy
And very slick and
unbelievably
very
slick.
enjoyable. But then there were some elements of it that I was like, really? I don't know. Like, I noticed with some of the pre-made decks that they had available in the preset draft that you could play through, like, a couple of those decks like were mostly like with 4 mana cards. And so it's like, very often when you were playing, like, your whole first round for both you and your opponent was just pass. And I'm like, well, obviously, that's because these decks have this. But if you're going to put that in front of players as an introduction to the game, I kind of feel like if you designed a game where like you have the whole first 2 minutes of the game is just pass, I'm like, I don't know. I felt like there's something about this. It's very difficult to discern when you're playing these games that are such heavily crafted digital games where they're so full of synaptic feedback loops and joyfully crafted pop and these cute characters that fly around pointing at things that you're like, how much of this is me having fun? Because it's a legitimately well-designed game, and how much of this is me just being placated and cheered by colours and shapes.
Yeah.
And increasingly, I don't know the answer to that question.
There's an incredible review of Artifact on Waypoint. I don't know.
Oh, that
Yeah.
one,
Yeah, it's basically reviewing like Steam through Artifact, and I feel a little different about the game having read that.
Yeah, I think I read that a few days after I'd sort of decided that I was like, I don't see the point in this, and I kind of agreed with that. It was interesting actually, because I felt that article was good, but in my mind I was like, I felt that article was also a little soft perhaps on things like Magic the Gathering. I was like, it talks about these things and was like, oh, maybe they're not too great, but they're lovely and people love them. And I'm like, no, come on, it's... I don't know, like... I take a pretty hard line on that stuff. It was interesting actually because that piece on Waypoint was one of those things that timed rather unfortunately with our Keyforge review, and the fact that lots of people were talking a lot about the the relationship between that and how Steam was a reflection of this and how it was a manipulative card game. So a lot of people were quite rightfully fired up about these issues of like, when is a company being exploitative versus doing things that are fun? And I think there was definitely some of the feedback we got from some people, as I talked about way back at the start of the stream, talking about how it's like some of the bleed over of people being annoyed about loot box culture, which is quite right, because loot box culture is manipulative and arguably needs to be moderated because it is quite similar to gambling, especially for children. That like definitely I think there were some people who fairly or otherwise were saying that our review should have gone into more like consumer facing stuff in light of the fact that there'd just been something on the internet. It's interesting, it's like, and the same thing happens when you get people reviewing video games, of being like, if a video game comes out and it's excellent but a game came out about a month ago that was a bit similar somehow, then that second game will usually review worse.
Yeah.
Because people will be like, well, it's impossible obviously when you're making work to know what's going to be happening tomorrow, and it's one of those things that's just quite interesting of being like, yeah, but why didn't you do this? Because everyone else is doing this week, and it's like, okay, and potentially unfair, because it's funny because we had a big conversation actually about that for a long time. We went back and forth on it about Star Wars Destiny Dice, which is a little sealed traditional collectible card game that Fantasy Flight put out, which had dice, and it's a pretty fun game. We played it a bunch and we really did consider reviewing it, but it would have been a review that was heavily caveated with, we really don't like the business model, and we really don't, like I felt like it was like fun to play, but I felt very much like, oh, I want to go and buy some more packs and open some more packs and build a deck, and I'm like.
Whereas the key thing is that like that most people who haven't played Keyforge don't get is you don't really get that vibe with Keyforge.
No, you don't. You don't really feel like after you've opened a couple of decks that you want to keep opening more. You just want to play the ones you've got, which is why we reviewed it and said we liked it. But it's fair enough that people go, oh, why don't you talk about this issue? It's like, because the issue isn't there really.
But even if we'd said that in the review, I don't know if it would have landed for people.
No, absolutely not. I think there's the perceptions of it is difficult, and I think there is that deeply intangible thing, which especially coming from video games, we're kind of familiar with, and you can try and dissect something and work out why it ticks or why it doesn't. But there are always elements, especially in video games, where you're just like, I don't really understand why, because this looks exactly the same as this, but this is really addictive in a way that I find unpleasant, and this isn't, and I can't really tell you why. Like,
and also, it's what's the word? Subjective.
Yep, that's true.
Something that is addictive or annoying for you might not be addictive or annoying for people. But like one nice thing about board games that when people say like how is it different, because Matt and I used to work full time as video game journalists, is Matt has a nice line on this, which is that I think it goes Matt. But board games, you have nowhere to hide. If you design a business model or a set of rules or a design, whatever, that's just out there and it's yours, and then people can really take that apart. Whereas so much about reviewing Artifact is exactly how it works and what's coming in the future for it and what'll change, and even how the gameplay is going to not necessarily be the same. Because you should feel very welcome to make a tea for yourself if you want to.
I want to point out that someone has. I think it's something to do with the sound of the jigsaw pieces going down and the fact that you were both just enjoying talking about something. Then it was like board game ASMR. It's like, which I think I get.
Guys, I've got some exciting news.
Here we go.
I believe I have found
Is it Wally?
a fragment of Wally.
Oh, I thought I found a fragment
there we
earlier,
go.
but
What?
I believe
oh, it's his eyes. That's not a fragment, mate. That's Wally himself.
the big wall, the Waldo, the Waldorf salad,
The big W.
the big W. It's all in the money of Big Wally, all in the pockets.
Well done, man.
Yeah, so this is now just me answering Chris Bratt's questions about have I played a video game.
You should think about Brothers though. That
Mm.
is
Chris,
very, very
It's on my
good.
list, don't you worry.
One thing I should caveat before I recommend Good Battle Brothers anywhere. It would be better if it had no women in it at all, at which point that's just a weird, lame idiosyncrasy. But not only does it have absolutely no women, the women who are in it are all like...
Yeah, yeah, it was super jarring because we were, I think we were chatting about this the other night, that like the writing for some of the like the interactions you have with villagers or like a quest starting is, I thought, surprisingly good. I enjoyed a lot of it, and then out of nowhere it introduces a female character and does not
she does not come off well. Yeah, it's pretty atrocious. It's like it is actively embarrassing.
It's bloody annoying, isn't it? Because
I mean, I'm still enjoying it, which isn't always the case with problematic stuff. Sometimes stuff's problematic and I can't get past it, but this is just like every time it happens, it's super eye-rolly. But aside from that, the game is so good.
That's understandable. Like, I get that with a lot of Japanese games, and sometimes it's just like, this game is not good enough, I'm out of this. But sometimes you're like, okay, right, I'm just going to have to put up with this dumb fan servicey stuff because there's enough interesting about the experience in between to just sort of put up with it. It just means sometimes it's like, they have that fear of being like, can I play this game on public transport? Because like... I think when I was playing Danganronpa on the PSP or PS Vita at one point, and just being like, okay, like, just playing on the tube, and then being like, I can deal with like violence, and I knew there's gonna be violence.
Someone said Danganronpa like about 4 seconds before you then in the chat. Like, they just knew
yeah. That's one where you're just like, all right, I'm gonna hold this close to my chest.
What do you see? Is it?
I don't remember. No, it's just kind of embarrassing. It's just women in like underwear and like, yeah, you're just like, all right,
what?
You did.
No, I'm good, man. Thank you, Chris. Wasn't it you also on public transport when you saw a woman writing Sonic fanfic?
No. Maybe it was. Or it was one of us. I can't remember. It was one of the people on the podcast that we've now forged into some sort of Borg entity, so I don't actually remember if it was me or someone else. It may have been me, actually. Gosh. Yeah. You know, I think it was. Because I remember being like, looking at it and being like, like, if this has been anyone else, they'd just be like, I don't know what she's writing, but I just looked at it and I'm like, that's Sonic fanfic. Being like, but then again, it's like she might have been on her way to record a comedy podcast, because like that's the sort of thing I end up writing on the tube as well. It's just not in. It's in jest, my lord.
That's nice. That's nice. No, it is. We got an old cheeky lady.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I found her about an hour ago. Don't put things up my nose. It's my nose.
Joke's on you. Now I have to touch it as I put it back.
Somebody else has to touch this. This is going to end up in a charity shop.
This is going to end up
in the
Shucks library.
Can you find the piece that's been up my nose? Find out live.
Someone can send us a photo of the same piece up their nose.
Oh God!
And
this is how the contagion started. This one single piece ended up in the nose of up to 18 people.
It's like that time that we were doing a live podcast and Paul, and this sounded sweet initially until we thought about it for a second, but Paul had committed, shook the hand of every single person who came into the live podcast going, thanks for coming, thanks for coming, thanks for coming. And I was like, that's sweet. And then I went, oh my God, this is literally the worst thing for hygiene you could possibly do.
Yeah, it really is.
One dirty person in that queue, and you get their germs on literally.
Yeah, it's a big thing. Like I felt a little bit self-conscious at first when at conventions I got into the habit of like using alcohol gel to like clean my hands. But then I realized after a while, it's like, no, I'm just doing I'm doing everyone a favor. Like, because if you're shaking hands with loads of people,
you're disgusting. Yeah.
Like, I'm horrible. I'm gonna make you ill. But otherwise, you're just like a carrier for anything.
Yep.
Literally anything. This is upside down, Quinns. Do you not understand how boats work?
Yes, because I'm looking at them. I mean, I'm just doing little. You see what I'm doing?
I see what you're doing.
Shaking that ass. Oh, hello. Look at this. Look at the magic I can do when you allow me to have things upside down.
Look at this. Look at what I've got. Oh, I can't change the camera because he's not here. But what am I doing?
Is that a man in a bath?
It's a man in a bath.
That's classic.
He's having a laugh. He's having a laugh. He's checking it twice. Santa Claus is having a laugh. Oh, this is getting quite tricky now.
Yeah, honestly, we've left out the bit we don't want to do, which is endless water.
I've got a guy doing some water skiing, I think.
I need to use the bathroom now. Oh, hello.
Treat yourself, mate. Treat yourself. You can use all the bathroom you like.
This man is not happy about his fish. We need to wait until Chris Pratt's back before we point out all the funny thing. No, don't worry. No rush, Chris. No rush.
Charges back.
He literally sprinted into the room there. What a good lad.
There's some fun details on this. It's a skeleton.
You found a skeleton?
Skeleton.
Wow.
You know, there's apparently a difference between a skeleton and a skeleton.
A skeleton's a real thing.
Yeah. A skeleton is like the structural part of your body, right?
Yeah.
But a skeleton is like a character that is a skeleton.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think that's the thing I discovered.
You've made up.
I didn't make it up, but somebody else may have made it up. I mean, let's be honest, everything's made up. Let's be real. Everything is made up. Physics, Star Wars.
Chris, you left us
What
alone
did
for
I
2
miss?
seconds. And...
Can I just blow your mind for a minute here? That's Alan Partridge, isn't it?
Can I just blow your
Can I
mind?
just blow your mind for a minute here? I thought it was. But yeah, that man was a woman. Okay, where's this thing?
Does this go? Nope. Okay, I'm going to the toilet. When I'm back, I want you to have done all of this puzzle.
Okay. I'll do my solid best.
Nice. There's a pirate attack.
Yeah, I'm getting into the speed zone.
Get into the pirates.
In the speed zone. Da 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 da.
Where's my phone? It worries me when I found it. If we're on stream and then I lose my phone. It's like, is my phone on the internet?
Think we're alone now. Doesn't seem to be anyone apart from Chris Pratt. How is people doing in the chats?
There's people are calling Quinn's a boss for his outburst then, but mostly people are just enjoying
What was his outburst?
I'm not sure. I just saw someone say the words Quinn's is a harsh boss. But yeah, we're fine. Happy Christmas, Matt.
Thank you.
Says Boo FN.
Thank you, Burfan. I hope you have a happy Christmas too. And if you don't, that's fine.
Hey, I've got to, as part of what you were saying earlier, we're doing fewer presents this year, but we are making our own Christmas crackers that we have to go.
That's great, because crackers are the worst for it, actually.
But we've like, I was super into this idea, and then I realised you have to make up your own jokes. You can't like put in your favourite joke.
Brilliant.
I've only got one so far. I need 3, and I'm going to test it on you.
Okay.
What was the lumberjack's brother called?
I don't know.
Lumberjohn.
I like that
That's all I've got. That's all I've got.
I like that
I don't
a
know
lot.
I don't
I
know.
like that a lot because that's not just that is a cracker joke.
Yeah. I'm going for a cracker joke.
Like the thing about cracker jokes is hilarious. Is somebody asked me a cracker thing and I came up with a better answer than them. And often when someone asks you, you kind of come up what you think the punchline will be, and then someone's like, "Oh, that's a better joke than this."
But I guess I got to read this anyway.
Honestly, I'd love it if crackers actually just had a joke in a hat. Like, and maybe they are available, but I'd be really keen to see crackers that are just like a joke and a paper hat.
Yeah.
Because I always feel so bad with all the plastic stuff in it. It's like, it just goes in the bin.
Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to the process of making one as well, and getting a loo roll.
And you can go to nuts with the stuff in it that makes it bang.
Yeah, oh.
You can make one that, if you excuse my language, flipping goes. You can have one that's like, bang! And like everyone hits the ground, being like, oh my god!
That's actually really funny.
Yeah. Or maybe like so it sets on fire.
God.
Bit of drama, bit of action.
Well, we'll liven up the table. Cool. All right. I'm pumped.
I think less shaming of arts and craft in this world. I think there's a lot of fun and a lot of beauty to making something, even if it's bad.
You ready for this?
Here
we go.
You found a slot. What if Jigsaw one of us?
And look, there's Wally.
Where's? He's there. Right there. My name's Matt. I've wrote it my
Oh, look at this. Pow. Look at that. You see that?
This is what I've been trying to do.
Well, I just did it.
I know, I'm not denying that. Like, I'm
Keep
not.
up.
I'm basically being like proud of you.
Basically, sort of, but not totally.
For the first time in your life, I'm proud of you.
After we stopped Shut Up and Sit Down, I would have a Twitch channel where I broadcast me doing jigsaws, talking about politics.
But that big bit in the middle.
We could call it putting the pieces together.
Oh,
That's great.
This is why I'm the names man.
Sorry, Chris.
the big bit in the middle.
The bit we're working
The
on,
big,
yeah.
the big bit in the middle.
Yeah, that we're
Does
working
that
on.
not go like towards the top right?
Oh, this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this old
it's
thing?
watery, isn't it? It's all about the water and the ships, and I feel like it's very much top.
Yeah,
line
it's all about
territory.
the dense. I've already worked that out. I didn't want to tell him because I didn't want to like.
There you go, there you
I've
go.
got an
Look,
edge.
look.
Yep.
Oh, Chris, you're great.
I mean, I did steal that off someone in chat, but
I'll
Stop
just giving him tips. I'm trying to win.
No, this can be a joint,
I'm
activity
joking.
between. You're trying to win.
I'm not.
Trying to win jigsaws.
No, it's here. There's a jet ski boat, and then there's a man on it.
Crushed it.
Crashed it, smashed it.
Straight.
Crashed it, smashed it.
Oh, I just felt a moment of pure loathing for myself because I had this piece and I was like, wouldn't it be funny if I put this somewhere wrong and forced it in and waited for Matt to notice? And then, yeah, the terrible... But, like, I was like, no, that wouldn't be funny. And then I was like, where did that idea even come from?
What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Self-loathing, it's a...
Hell of a drug.
yeah.
I'm in the mood for
jigsaws. Just jigsaws.
Nothing else for me, thanks.
Oh, look! That was no?
No.
Yes. I choose
Oh,
to believe.
When you believe in jigsaws and fun.
I can see something, it's a jigsaw.
I really don't think I'm strong enough. Oh.
That goes here, by the way. We just need the... I'm looking for the red and white pieces that link it.
I'm thinking about.
Your elbow on
Share.
them. Is this all the pieces that I can...
What? I'll kill you.
Yes, is the answer to that question.
Okay.
Yes, Matt's elbow is on all of the pieces that I crave.
Always on. There's a lobster in a bed here. Can I get a close up on this? 'Cause I'm really quite fond of it. Yeah, wait for it to focus. Wait for the big reveal.
Pull it back a little bit.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Back up. There we go.
Hey, it's a lobster in a bed.
This is absolute Stockholm syndrome.
He's having
where,
a
like,
nap.
pictures.
He's having
It's like how...
He's having a laugh. He's a lobster in a lobster's little bed. Look, I'm having fun.
I'm having
Chris
fun.
Pratt is having fun.
Look, we're all having
I
fun.
don't care about anything else.
Hang on.
That's the spirit of Christmas. Is Chris Pratt having fun? Tick. Christmas achieved.
Christmas.
Everyone go home.
Oh, no.
I love your vaguely northern roots that if I start cheering he's having a laugh, you're immediately like, he's having a laugh! It's because we...
What's that a reference?
Well, it's nothing. It's just we're both boys
Yeah.
vaguely grown in the north of
Grown.
England. In the point where there are certain types of chants where you can't help but sort of just get involved. I've become Larry when I go to the north of England. You wouldn't like it. You're not too fond of the northern Larryness.
No, well, it depends, but basically no. Oh, hello! Oh, look at that!
That
A bit of
teamwork.
teamwork.
So that
Love
was
it.
satisfying noise as well.
Yeah.
Can you hear the noise?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, when you do a sort of... the mics pick it up quite a lot because it's quite sharp.
I'm making a jigsaw puzzle. I'm cutting your hair.
That was another thing.
Also, I'm an optometrist.
I've been watching a lot of YouTube in
I've got a lot of things going on.
in bed and recently, and one of the things I clicked on, 'cause I just like to click on links and see where the algorithm takes me. But
Wow, that sounds terrible.
my life
on
motto.
YouTube.
no, honestly,
Okay.
everyone's like, oh, it always leads you to fascism. It doesn't. There's some like
It only leads you to fascism if you watch videos about video games.
yes,
Um,
and I don't. Why? Who would do that? I would sometimes, but
I don't.
it was an ASMR video that was like ASMR like curry eating, and I clicked on it because it was like that cannot be appealing, and sure enough, I have never been so revolted.
Well, the stream's got a lot to look forward to then.
I know, but we're gonna like close our mouths and eat with knives and forks as opposed to with fingers.
I'm gonna try. I mean, live and learn. Yeah, no, I think there's just been such a hot rush for ASMR that people have just been like, I don't know, like, I just has anyone done this yet? I'll do this, and no one's ever thought about whether or not they should.
There's a mockumentary series in the UK on BBC Three called Please Like, which is about it's sort of like behind the scenes at YouTube, but it's all fake, it's all fiction. But there's a lovely bit with a lady who does ASMR, and they've kind of realised that rather than do, because ASMR is kind of intrinsically funny. So that character they create isn't very funny, but the joke they've chosen to go with is that everyone she does it to gets like with the Office style sitcom vibe. Everyone she does it to gets very aroused. Like when someone's doing it to you in person and whispering in your ear and touching their nails to you, which is a good way to do that joke. They do it. She does it to a character in a lift, and then the lift arrives, and the doors open. She's like, "Oh right, you're getting off here." And he's like, "No."
Oh, the old one's the oldest.
We're making some real progress here. Do you think we're going to get this done before our dinner arrives?
Ooh, that's a good
We
test.
have
isn't
now
it? No,
become-
don't say that. It's going to be here in like 5 minutes. It's Brighton. Everything's incredibly fast.
We've now become like 5-year-olds though, being like, "You're gonna finish it? You're gonna finish your puzzle before your dinner?" "I'm trying, Mum."
I could frame this and put it in my office. No, that's a bad idea.
And I'm like, "Yeah, you can if you want, dude. Live your life, man. I mean, I'll judge you quietly as I can."
Well, no, you won't.
Yeah, I wouldn't
You're
judge
very,
you for that.
very public in how the many and varied ways that you judge me,
That's true.
which is pretty good, honestly. I got no.
It's generally pretty useful.
Where's the rest of this pirate flag?
Shout out to Capitan 2400, as this is their first Shut Up and Sit Down stream.
Oh,
They're just
thank-
tuning in.
Oh, thank you. Hello, Capitan.
El Capitan, it's a pleasure to have you here aboard your ship, presumably the great ship Wally on Seas.
We're just playing some Jigsaw.
We're just playing some jigs. You delivered that like an actual streamer. What's up, Twitch? Just doing some jigsaw.
It's like a cross between an actual streamer and Steve Brawl. "What's up, guys? I'm just playing Jigsaw. I'm like pro."
Prince, I'm sure you know this already, but those pieces you're playing around with
Oh, the
there,
pirate pieces here.
that's bottom left.
Oh, is it? Oh, look at that.
Oh, of
Thanks,
course it is.
chat.
Of course it is. This is MLG Jigsaw.
With chat's help, we could do this before the food gets here.
I feel like I've
Maybe.
hit a stride now. I feel like there's a few enough pieces that I can actually like find the right things at a much more reliable rate.
Could you move the actual puzzle down slightly? That's great. That's great. That's great.
Yeah, I took a peek at the stream when I was passing my office, and I was.
Well, I
like,
think that the top left corner wasn't that exciting anyway. No offense to the creators
Did no one
of
put?
this puzzle.
Did no one have a
If
decent?
you're watching,
Did no one have a suggestion to? Oh, that was a really cool thing about when my wife was doing the a series she called Lo-Fi Let's Plays, which was just her playing old 80s, usually Apple Macintosh adventure games, but like, because if you make a piece of content on a game that's like 30 years old, that's probably the only time that's been talked about on
Yeah.
YouTube for like years.
Or
So
ever.
it was what was nuts is that she would make a video just playing a game from the 80s, and then the creators would inevitably show up and be like, "Hey, I coded that game by myself when I was a kid. It's so cool that you..." And then she'd just enter a dialogue with them, and it was awesome.
That's really
Is that
cool.
what you're hoping for here?
No, because I know games, and I know this is like mass produced and just churn it out. The Wally guys just like had a piece of that.
Jigsaw hipster.
Did no one have a suggestion for what the Chinese or Vietnamese or
A
whatever?
lot of people just said, "Wow,
Oh, okay,
OMG, wow."
okay, that's fair. Oh, I feel real tension now. Now you've applied the pressure being that we have to get this done before dinner. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to rush.
Mate, I'm in the zone.
Well, that's wicked. I'm happy for you. However,
I said I'm in the zone and proceeded to start being like a child trying to hammer squares through circle holes.
circle holes.
I got this.
Although
I did just get 2 in a row.
Just then multiply. What do you mean 2 in a row?
I mean, I picked up 2 and they were just happened to be the ones that were right next to each other. That seems like pretty wild, don't you think?
Crazy, Matthew.
It's like rain.
On your wedding day.
See? Look at that. See? Look. I'm on a roll. Look at that.
And your name's Matthew Lees.
It's good advice. From Matthew
We don't
Lees.
need to have music in the background of this. We can just. Hey, hang on a second. Hang on.
Matthew Lees.
Hang on. If we're not going to put this on YouTube, can't we just play music?
I don't know, man.
Because streamers play like music they don't have the rights to all the time. That's a
Buddy.
question for Twitch chat.
Buddy, I don't know.
Because I'm going to put on some like, not like, you
Just
know,
put the radio on.
that is, or, you know, just an album we like. Twitch is our oyster.
It will probably mute the Twitch VOD.
Video on demand. Oh,
Mm.
it's a one and done.
We say VOD in the biz. Friends, come on, please.
Wait,
Vod
is it like-
Chris Brown.
but I
So
don't-
if you go back to watch it after the stream is over, then
You can't. It'll
you
be
actually
mute.
can't.
It will just be this.
If
So that's a small sacrifice to
if
make.
it recognises it, I guess.
If it recognises it.
Okay. This is a bad idea, abort.
Yeah, no, I think generally speaking, like it used to be that Twitch was the mega wild west and you could do what you liked and nobody cared. But then, as is often the way with these things, eventually people went, hey, maybe you can't use licensed material in whatever way you want. And everyone went, well, that's not fair. That's how it's always been.
What the hell? There's only limited number of spaces this thing can go.
That's not going there.
You made a mistake?
Yeah, no, we made a mistake. You sure it doesn't go there? No, it doesn't go there. That's insane.
What about
Oh, hang on, over here.
put your right in the middle, right in the middle. There, up, there, down, there. Isn't that it?
Where? What?
Like
Down?
exactly where you are right now.
No.
Chris, no.
Chris,
What?
Chris, you on drugs? Chris, you alright?
Oh no, I see. I didn't see the bit about.
What we're looking for here is the yellow thing. That's what I've been looking for this for a while. It might be that woman's hair.
Oh, yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah, no.
I told you, man.
You're in the zone.
I'm in the zone.
You've activated. Once again, we can't use the PNG that I had you prepare specially. Do you want to show people the PNG I'm talking about, Chris?
Who found Wally actually? What was
I
the-
did.
Matt found his head, but
Yeah, we really-
I assembled the head onto his body.
So what?
And
I
so
found the
through
first-
that, you're claiming victory.
It's not really victory. It
Matt
was
loses
team
another
effort.
game.
Yeah. What joy. What joy.
Every day I'm losing. Running around at the speed of sound.
Got places to go, gotta follow my rainbow.
That's my favourite Christmas song.
I introduced, no, I'm not just going to continue naming YouTube videos I like. That's, like,
It's quite sweet in a weird way.
let me tell you about a YouTube video I saw that was really funny. It had a woman falling down some stairs.
Mate, we're gonna do this. Come on. Feel the heat. Pick it up.
Don't say that. As soon as you say it, I want to do it. As soon as you say it, it's gonna,
Mate,
the curry is gonna show up.
if you cannot stand the fire,
I don't believe that actually.
get out of the fire pit.
There's so many pieces left, man.
Yeah.
Why am I in the fire pit?
I don't know, man, but you should have thought about that before you climbed
God.
into it.
Yeah, it's the fact that you're so close now that it is feasible that you do it before the
I
career.
know,
ends.
right?
Ah,
No,
It's
don't
changed
stop
everything.
putting the pressure on, guys.
a little thing called hope just turned up.
Chris, I hate you.
Crazy little thing called hope.
Where the hell does this go?
Mate, less talking, more jigsaws. Alright?
No way.
Listen.
Literally.
Is that
Listen.
the new? Is that instead of shut up and sit down, less talking? More
Yes,
doing?
that's what we'll be renaming the site to in the new year. That can't be right.
Have they put in like extra bits to throw us? Because I still don't know where this goes, and we're increasingly, oh, there it is. Yeah.
God, so close.
Shut up, Chris!
I can take it. I can take the pressure all day long.
I can't. I had those 2 coffees. They're
I'm a
amazing.
hustler, baby.
So why don't you, Matt, leave?
That's not the song.
Oh my god, this is unbelievably tense. More tense than most board games I play. I bet you the doorbell's gonna go. I bet you any amount of money.
I've got The Race for Space, Gagarin, stuck in my head by, you know that song?
Yeah.
Ding 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 ding.
I got special feelings about Yuri Gagarin.
We all do, man. We all do.
Oh! I'm letting my heart feel hope for the first time.
Come on, come on. Put it in, quick.
If someone donates...
The
No.
curry could arrive at any moment.
Last piece wins.
Last piece wins.
Oh, what?
Matt, I just solved this jigsaw.
God damn it.
Wah, wah, wah.
We cut to the Matt talking Matt cam. I'm very sad. This is my name. I'm Matt. I'm very sad. Yes. That's all I got.
Well, look at this. This is
Congratulations.
a real
What thing.
treasure.
What a treat. What a treat. This will obviously be hung in a gallery.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was real good. I think we should just do that now. Like, just me and you just have a chat and do a jigsaw. Just a chat and a jig. Just a
Sweet chat and a
jig and a
jig.
natter. And
Well,
we
that
did
was
it.
that was a 500 piece.
We really learned something there as well. Like, we really learned something.
But
towards
you know
the
what
end.
this makes? No. We do another chat and jigsaw, but next Christmas.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm just saying that what we learned about that is we saw really firsthand here that really, when under pressure, one of us thrives, and one of us dies.
If I died under pressure, our live shows would be marginally less good than they are.
Yeah, but you do get stressed just before.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, it's really funny. We have a system whenever we do a live show at a convention where in the morning leading up to it, I'm stressed because I'm working out all the prep and I'm like, ugh. And Quiz is like, hey, it's fine, man. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. And I'll be like, getting everything lined up, getting everything ready. And then as soon as I've done that, I'm like, I'm fine. And then just before, I'll be like, da 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 da, and Quiz will be like, and I'll be like, it's fine, man. It's fine. Both really unhelpful at both times, but it's hilarious. A hilarious pattern. Yeah.
It's good. I'm just double
And that was the same thing in reverse. Like at the start of it, I was stressed out whilst you were blazing ahead with the jigsaw, and then when it got to the end, I was just storming it, and you were like losing your mind.
Oh,
You
yeah.
were screaming, you were climbing the walls, shouting, "Help me, Matt! Help me!
I'm not proud of my conduct.
Get me out of this cardboard hell! Solve this visual puzzle that is racking my brain
What's
and
your favourite
destroying
bit
my
of the
soul."
puzzle?
My favourite bits of the puzzle. Let's see if I can find some of them. 'cause
Honestly,
there's some
Lobster on
long
the bed.
ones.
Lobster on the bed. 100%.
This guy's in a bath. It's pretty fun. Yeah, the lobster in the bed is pretty great.
Are you gonna? Oh God.
I'm just gonna detach this.
Oh
briefly.
Do you want me
God.
to? I can do it.
Let Chris do it.
No, it's fine. I'm gonna do it. It's my tripod. I know how to do it. My tripod. My
Yeah,
rules.
what's the trouble there?
Yeah, I'm a bit trouble.
It's literally just press the button down.
Yeah, I know, but it's just the button is like directly underneath where the camera is.
Yeah,
It's
maybe
quite
if you're
hard
some
to
kind of big idiot.
I'm on this camera right now.
do. Oh, okay. That's not the best. Okay.
Lobster in a bed.
Okay, lobster in the bed. Dun, 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 dun. Where is it? Where's your finger? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun,
One of
dun.
these fishermen, all the fishermen up here, I enjoyed putting them together because they're all really angry.
It's gone mega blurry. One
So
sec.
you got to pull it back, man.
I'm trying to pull it back, but it's alright, fine. Alright. The fisherman in that boat. Hang on, I'm
Just
struggling
use
to
the
find it.
zoom ring or something.
I'm trying
Rather
that,
than
but every time I
touch
zoom,
it.
it's gone mad. That's better. Whoa!
Oh, I just got it. The fishermen are mad
This
because.
is really bad video.
I should really take it off just
You
this,
should,
but I'm having
but
a
you
good
don't
time.
want to. Alright, we've got the fisherman.
Look, they got all the fish, so they're both happy, and that's why these fishermen are mad. It's because they didn't get.
They
any
get all the
fish.
fish. There's a little story there.
Do you know why this guy?
I like the whales a lot. The
do you-
whales are really cool.
Do you know why they have the hats that they do?
Because they just graduated.
Think about it. What do you call a group of whales?
School of fish.
A school of whales. yeah.
School of whales. I like the skeleton boy.
Sword fight with the
he's good.
swordfish.
Yeah, the sword fight with the swordfish is very
That's
good.
pretty class. I like
yeah.
down here. We've got this guy, which is a man who's got shorts and attitude.
What, him?
Yeah,
That's
that's
because
the-
his shorts have been hooked
caught by a
the-
fisherman. Yeah.
I like the mermaids for obvious reasons. They're over here. This
Chris
whole
really likes the
the-
mermaids as well.
I do really like them.
Is that you lying on the loafer?
I wish.
an old
Look
man.
how happy he is. That's how happy I would be if a mermaid
Oh,
was
let's
like.
move away from that quite quickly. I like the lump.
Hang on, isn't it a pod of whales?
No, it's a school of.
A lot of people are saying it's a pod. A lot of people are saying it's a pod.
School of fish though, and there's some kids.
Well,
pretending to be
what's your
sharks.
justification?
Whales on.
The whales aren't fish. Yeah, great. Of
With-
course. Yeah, whatever.
I mean, like, yeah, it's fair, but why else would they have like?
It shows that chat has done more, has more knowledge than the people who made this chart.
There's a lot of men being quite ill.
This shark is horrible.
Yeah, that shark is pretty ugly.
It's absolutely going to the Sharks Library.
See if you can beat our record time.
Yeah, we should put a sticker on this, being like, Matt and Quinns did this in. However long.
What you should do in the inside is like write a best times.
Oh
And
yeah!
then we
Oh,
can
that's
write,
so
like-
good. I'll do it now.
We can write our time. Well, we don't know the exact time of it.
Yeah, but we will.
But we'll be able to find it out.
Yeah,
Like,
best
'cause
time.
We've got a recording.
That is great.
Bit of Reiner Knizia for the lads.
Wow.
Okay. So we're just doing like jigsaw puzzle again. Just
Basically,
just
yeah.
put the right bits together.
This is Reiner Knizia. This is
Knizia.
one of his early good games.
I hardly knew her.
This is the new. Oh my goodness. Anarchy. This is the. Asmodee's rebranded this so many times. It was Euro Classics, then it was Wind Rider games. Now they've given it to Z-Man. It's one of the new beautiful editions of Reiner Knizia's games, along with Tigers and Euphrates. The other ones, Samurai, Taj Mahal, and the rest. This is going to be good. This is kind of I own this in my collection instead of Ticket to Ride because it's similarly complicated, but I think it's better.
He's got a camel to ride, and he's okay.
This is Through the Desert. It's a game of nomads creating caravans through the desert. Caravan might look like this. Look, make a nice green caravan of camels. Now, in this game, we're putting camels on the board.
You're running in the middle of a caravan? What's wrong with you?
Well, that's where you start, and then everything else, don't think too hard about it, honestly. When the game starts, the most important thing is during setup, we're going to take turns placing all of our camel leaders on the board.
Mm-hmm.
The final grey one you have in front of you just shows that is...
The one true camel herd is
that
available.
shows what colour you are, in case you forget you're blue.
Okay.
So, the setup will...
How could I?
I know. The setup will look something like this. Now, on your turn, start with the very first turn, you get to place 2 camels. They can be from different caravans, or they can be from the same one. So, for example, Matt, you might extend your blue caravan and be like, bam, bam. Or you might have one blue going this way, and you might have one, what are you? I'd be like, bam. Hey, that's camels.
That's camels.
That's a legal move.
That's what all the people say.
Let me tell you what's not a legal move. Let's say you were extending this way,
Yeah.
and I wanted to extend my cream-coloured herd. I go, bam, bam.
That creamy herd is not acceptable.
That's illegal because, well, that first one is fine, but if I did that, that would create one camel caravan.
You're joining my creamy boys to your creamy boys.
Matt, let me tell you one thing you got to know about the desert. You can't mix caravans,
No.
because then people get hurt. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
Right, well, see that you don't.
I'm just
Otherwise,
enjoying a quiet beer with a quiet camel and some creamy boys.
however,
Let's not escalate this.
Let's say you went in a different direction. Let's say you went this way. That is completely legal because, as you can see,
But that's a weird triangle caravan now.
it doesn't matter. you can extend it. You can, in fact, do this. You can do whatever you want. You could make a brick.
Cool.
The only thing is you extend the caravan you've got. Now, you can, because they're different colours, like we can do this. We can intermingle our herds.
Of
That's
course.
great. But obviously, you've taken those spaces, so I can't, like, be on
can't
them
use
as well.
them.
Right. Now, what we're doing in this whole crazy game we call Through the Desert is we're trying to get points, because it's a Ryan T game. And the way you do that is a couple of things. First off, you'll notice all the big little pools of water.
That have points on them.
Yes. So basically, this is a game about controlling water and space, much like most. No,
Like The Expanse.
Yes, there you go. This is basically The Expanse, but in a desert. This could be Mars if you. Oh God.
It's right. It was just
Whatever.
a joke.
Okay, let's say you expanded those on your first turn one. You go bam, bam. That's great because you would then pick up those hexagons.
Whoa.
You would go.
But Quinns, that's 5 points.
It is, and those camels would go, and then the water would be gone.
Those points go straight into my pocket.
They do go into your camels, which is the same thing. However, I wish there was enough water for all of us, Quinns. There is, kind of. Because if you instead went like this, you've connected that caravan to an oasis, which gives you 5 points.
Wow.
So connecting a caravan to an oasis is great. What happens if I try and get more water from the oasis? You can't. That caravan has already suckled from the delicious oasis. If I joined
camel per oasis.
one caravan. No. What? No.
One caravan per oasis.
No, it's just that each caravan can only score an oasis once.
Yeah.
So you did that, got 5 points. I did this, I get 5 points. If you extended this caravan, you get 5 points.
Yeah.
But let's say I did this. Oh, actually, that's quite good for me. So how would you then get to that caravan? You see, because you extend this.
Well, I
pink
can't
one,
go there.
And you. Oh, that's illegal because so you got to go around. Then what if I did?
Oh, you can't do that.
And welcome to the game.
Yeah.
There's one final big important thing.
Camels.
No, the camels are not big or important, as what I'm going to tell you. So, you ready for the big secret? And this is honestly what powers the game. Let's say I'm doing this, and then let's say you chose a different strategy and went like this. That's illegal. And you went,
That is illegal.
bum, bum, bum,
Bum,
bum,
bum.
bum, 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 bum. Okay, let's say I was here. See what you've done here?
Yeah, I've
You've
blocked it
created a
off.
wall,
Yeah.
which means you get 1 point for every single hexagon in there. Plus, you also get everything in there. If there was an oasis in there, you'd already have scored the 5 points from putting a camel there. So you did that. You would get this, and you'd score the 5 points of the oasis because you haven't touched it yet. And then also you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It's nuts.
Yeah, 'cause that is bananas.
And yeah, it'll have. So what you'll. I mean, I won't. Honestly, this is one of those games that's.
And you can
simpler.
ring it, or does it have to be a wall, or can you ring off something?
If you for some weird reason did.
I mean, yeah, making a ring is pretty bad.
Yeah, that's terrible. But that would get you 3 whole points.
Wow. Make you think.
But if anything is on the inside, like it has to be untouchable for other caravans for it to score.
What happens if you end up having a situation whereby there's an enclosure that's made up of 2 different types of caravans? Does
It's
that
not
happen?
scored.
It's not scored.
No. Even if they're both yours, the caravans don't work together. I think it has to be. I'll double check that in the rules.
No. That's I believe that.
Let's just find out because it's a good. Yep.
It's a good catch. It's a good catch.
Single caravan to surround an area of the board. Uninterrupted chain.
You heard it first. You heard it first.
You heard it first.
You heard it
looks
first,
like
guys.
we're gonna seed that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there a okay?
You put the palm trees at random to create a variable setup.
Uh-huh.
Also, if we were playing with 4 or 5 players, we'd use this bit of the board as well.
Yeah.
There's also like the tigress board. If you flip it, it's a different looking desert
Different flavour of camel.
with a river. Recover your camels.
Gentlemen.
The game ends when, and this is another big key camel strat. The game ends when I believe 1 or 2 kinds of colours of caravan run out. No, the last camel of any one colour. Yeah. Oh, also
Just
largest
one
caravan. Yeah, which means if you just take green forever, you will force a really, really early game. But I will win.
Such optimism.
Finally, largest caravan. This is again less of a thing in a 2-player game. But for each colour of caravan, there is a 10-point award available. And
Oh, for the longest.
most, yeah.
Most.
Which, I mean, probably one of us will get 2 of them, one will get 3 of them, but that's for us to worry about. And that's 10 points. I almost forgot that. That'd be embarrassing, wouldn't it? Okay, so setup is going to go from, let's say, your first player, Matthew. Youngest player at the table is first player. We'll duck that rule and make it you. Place leaders. Starting with the first player and proceeding clockwise, each player places 1 leader. This continues forever.
Forever.
So you got 5 colours of camel. Welcome to Through the Desert. This game is real good.
I believe it. I believe it in my heart.
Although one of the reasons I liked it is because it's very funny and very cheeky, which might not come across in a cutthroat 2-player game.
Ding 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 ding. Putting my cream boy down.
Between the old double 3s.
Between a 3 and a 3 place.
It's a green man.
I'm a green man. I'm a green man.
There's a few double 3s actually.
Yeah.
For you to, I mean, I don't know if this is necessarily a good strategy.
I don't know either. But
You can't. Yeah, you can't start next to an oasis
okay.
or adjacent to.
Yeah, that makes sense because yeah.
Leader cannot be placed in a space containing. Leader cannot be in a space next to an oasis. The first leader that each player places cannot have the same coloured camel as another leader who's on the board. But now I can.
So you can't put one there, but I can put that. That's all right. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just a camel boy, I'm just a camel boy. What are my head's doing?
You alright?
Yeah, fine. Just wondering what kind of a bump I've got going on underneath my plaster.
Plaster, or as American calls them,
Band-aid.
blood soakers.
Blood socks.
Blood socks. Trying to think if there's anything clever I should do. And in lieu of being able to figure it out, I'll just put that there.
Alright.
Don't know apply any additional pressure here, but Igric in the chat just said this seems like a game where the initial placement can be huge.
No, it's bigger than huge. It's absolutely massive. But we're just playing a friendly game, Igrid.
Yeah, you Chris.
Did I get that name wrong? Igrid.
I think that's right.
Don't worry
Igric,
about it.
sorry.
Igric.
They're right. Oh, it seems someone is getting a little aggro.
It seems the camel.
The camo has become
the camelled.
the cami. Okay.
Quentin Smith. Quentin Smith. Quentin Smith. Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding.
Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding. Matthew Lees. Okay. Actually, sorry, do you mind if I just put that there instead?
Yeah, I do. If you could.
That it has to be one away, I believe.
Oh, it's a shame because.
Hello. Okay. Okay.
Oh,
That was your last
piece
one.
of
huh?
work. Da, da, da.
What's he done?
I don't know what I'm doing, man. I'm just living my life with camels.
Living your camel life.
Camel in a knee.
This one should look really good on camera, Chris.
And
And if it
doesn't-
doesn't,
I knew that was going to
if it doesn't, something has gone very wrong. Oh! I remember writing the review of this now, but the thing about this is like before you've even started playing, the board feels really cramped.
Yep.
And it just gets worse. Okay, so you're first player, which means you're going to put one camel, and then from then on, we're going to go to 2. Okay, fine. So you pick up that token. Oh dear, team. Okay.
You give me a carry in a box, and now you're giving me a box of camels. I'm a happy boy, and I'm going to town.
Won't you take me to Camel Town? Actually, no. Sorry.
I'm a camel town, camel town.
Okay, over to you. We once again have chosen a game that involves just like endless quiet thinking. It's okay, it could be like ASMR.
I'm gonna put down 2 here.
Oh, Matt!
I'm doing some deep gut playing. I'm just like,
This is correct.
yeah, I'm not gonna get analysis paralysis to buy camels. Not tonight. Not today. I'm going with my guts first.
Whatever you say, buddy.
On the camel train, camel train.
Chris looks like he's enjoying this.
I'm really trying to figure out what I do. It's quite a good one to just lose yourself in bullets.
Yeah, it's like very hypnotic. But like, it's, I don't know. Ticket to Ride is what is happening. Oh, hello. Okay, that's fine. That's all right.
Yeah, it's all right.
Very proud of you.
I'm proud of you, son.
Okay.
Come on.
You know that no one can get that 3 now.
I know. I mean, that's partially why I did it.
Okay.
It's like, if I can't have it, no one can. It's the traditional desert mentality. Let's all die.
Yes, famously, people in the desert are like.
Oh, someone's playing. This might.
Oh god,
Let's
what have
do
I
it.
done
Just
wrong?
the Oasis in the top right corner.
Yes.
It has a number 1 on it. Why does it have a 1 instead of the?
It's because there's only one is it's random.
Oh, it's just
so
randomly
but we
selected.
just
chucked it there.
Okay.
Yeah, if you played with the extra Oasis, then 2 wouldn't have palm trees.
Right,
But it's a way of changing how the game plays.
Cool.
So. Bum, bum. I think in Ticket to Ride, it's like similar level of complexity, but players are just very much doing their own thing, and the only times you interact are like people blocking each other. And I like Ticket to Ride, but oh, monsieur.
Hello. How you doing?
The two of you have the option to do a big heart here. I'm just saying,
A big what?
big heart,
What's that?
like
Oh, wow.
the shape of the camels.
Oh, with the green?
Yeah, the green and the white combine.
It actually.
It could
Oh,
be a
what? So
Christmas
we do.
miracle.
yeah.
No.
Not gonna happen.
That would involve placing camels here, which is an illegal
It's an
move.
illegal move.
Let's nip in here. Boom, boom. Get there. Wait, that shouldn't have. No, there is a. And another 5.
Okay. Let's just finish this off.
You can place a different colour of camel out, but you want that.
I'm a dick.
Sure.
Camel up. Yes, his camel is up. The writing is on the camel. It's all
It's camels all the way down.
camels all the way down for Mr. Smith.
Enjoy your camel.
Make you camel.
No! My fight money! Honestly, this is. If there's one reason why Through the Desert is good, is that every player with every move blocks someone, and someone on the table's like, I thought I could get away with that.
You're not getting away with that. You're not getting away with that. You're like, maybe I'm gonna get away with that. I knew you were gonna do that. You dumb man.
You can fight me for it, but is it really worth it?
That's a good question.
The fact that I'm saying that implies that maybe yes, it probably is. Oh my god. We found it, the game that we can never play.
Was that worth 1 point? I've got no idea. Just riding my camel slightly faster than yours around the edge. For no discernible reason.
Oh my god. Thing is, this is an old enough game that there's going to be like some Through the Desert heads who are going to be like
Frantically streaming in now, furious. They missed us eating a curry. Okay.
we
It's understandable. You get why you've done that.
Oh my god, really?
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. Fine. All right. We're gonna be putting work. For fuck's sake.
Oh, sorry. Can you?
It's fine. We're not recording it.
Oh yeah, it's fine. Yeah, we're not doing a stream. I can swear. All right.
Well, we technically are recording, but we're just not. We're not putting this scintillating content on YouTube. People are going to be mad.
It's gonna be gone, lost forever. Okay, let's just do
To
it.
the annals of history.
I did it. It's over. Bum bum bum.
Okay.
Now you can focus on something else.
Do you count the squares? The hexes once you've done that?
At the end of the game, we'll count off stuff like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's alright.
I was just wondering if because has Matt managed to do
Yeah,
that
Matt's
already?
got 7 here,
Cool.
and I've got whatever.
I think your haul was marginally better.
You put in more work.
All right.
Ugh, gotta stop there. It's too good. Let me tell you.
Playing this with 1, 2 people. It's hilarious.
Comedy. What? All right. Let's put one in there.
Oh, nice. Didn't see that because the palm tree was directly blocking your head.
Oh, I'm such an idiot. I took great pleasure in blocking this guy.
I know.
I'm like, you can't get there.
You can still do that.
I know I can, but I'm like, but it's my guy. Oh no.
Oh, you just thought this was me?
Yeah, I thought it was you.
Wow.
I think it's the different coloured people on the different coloured
It's
camels.
trippy,
kind of
yeah. It's trippy.
Trippy is one word.
You gotta let your eyes see it.
Get a zone out, man.
It's like a magic eye. If you let your eyes go completely slack, you'll just see camels.
It's camels all the way up. Okay, screw it.
Okay.
Boom, boom.
Hey, Chris Pratt,
Hello.
of popular internet series People Make Games. Do me a favour.
Sure. Charge your phone.
Can you charge my phone? Also, if you could put my Nintendo Switch into Quince's Switch
It won't
Switch
work
cradle.
because it's been unplugged from the mains.
Oh man,
You can. I mean, look, you have to plug the Switch cradle into.
I can't get Chris doing all of these things.
Yes, you can.
Thank you, Chris. While I sit and look at some plastic camels.
Yeah, man.
Life is weird. Thank you, Chris. You're a wonderful man.
Did you give him a charger for that?
I thought the manual with them.
I mean, I should have done that.
There's no, no, just no.
There's got to be one somewhere.
Oh my God. I just took my move, man. Can you take yours? Then at least I have something to think about.
Okay. I mean, you might have to unplug the converter for your camera briefly.
Oh.
Is that insane?
Yeah, that's cool. I got it.
Just give me a bit of juice for the.
You're dismantling our streaming setup.
Just
This is like when I sold one of the board games we needed to review for beer money. That sounds more unprofessional than it was. We were doing an exhibition of best board games of the year.
Yeah, it wasn't beer money for us. It was beer
No,
money for everybody.
for our volunteers. Yeah.
For everybody.
It was great because you looked over and wasn't aware of what I was doing. It's like, is Quiz just pawning part of our stage. Five points.
Boys, they're coming for me. They're coming for me, boys. Quick, boys. Boys, run. Boys,
that was rough.
please, they're coming for me.
I didn't really count the hexes on that.
What, all 2 of them?
I don't know, man. Hang on. I gotta
Turbo
move.
Turbo
Oh,
Nazi
you're gonna
grins.
put the blue down.
I'm not going to put a
Welcome
blue
to-
down. I'm going to put. I was reaching for a pink.
Right.
Pink Empire. What are the 10s for?
If you need change for 5s, I'm not entirely sure.
That makes sense.
I don't know how much sense it makes. I was like, what the hell is Matt's purple camel?
Hello. I can't believe I fenced myself in. That is real dumb.
Meanwhile, Chris continues to dismantle my living room on your quest.
Fine, it's all good.
I'm sorry. Thank you. I always forget though until I'm about to leave, and then I'm like, oh, I have no phone battery. I cannot
You
do
have to-
things such as text.
You have to talk
Message.
to humans like a.
You know,
I remember when I was young on the train, we used to talk to strangers, and they were all really racist.
and you wouldn't be able to contact your loved ones and tell them where you were. Simpler times.
Instead, we all used to get by on a sense of raw panic.
They just had to hope that you were coming home.
God.
Or you'd have to pre-agree when you were going to be arriving.
I know,
back,
that's what blows me.
which
No,
is crazy.
what
You'd be
blows
like,
my mind
I'd
is
be
agreeing
like,
to meet someone in public. It's like, meet me at this clock tower at 3 p.m. That's not there.
Yeah.
Okay.
The clock tower.
That's what I think is.
Right, Professor Layton. I have something of import to discuss with you. Meet me at the clock tower. Every puzzle has an answer.
It was because my mum met someone at a clock tower once. She agreed to meet her sister at a clock tower and was like really annoyed when she.
Oh, this is Jonathan Creek. And then my sister disappeared. And it's been 20 years, Jonathan, and we never know what happened.
Let's just continue to reference Jonathan Creek.
Yeah.
on the show.
Well, I mean, Jonathan Creek, some of those early episodes are kind of fun. So maybe Americans will check it out and be like, hey, this is kind of fun.
Okay, I'm done. What do you do? Doesn't matter.
Tell me what you did. That?
Yes. Also, I grabbed the Oasis before you could be awful about it.
Still going to be awful about it, dude.
That's
I'm
not
an
so
awful
bad.
man. I'm an awful man. And no one understands me but my woman. Matt.
It's Matt again. Okay. Bum. Bum.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. I had to kind of make a bed there.
You had to make a decision as to whether you wanted to stop me or get the points yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
I had to make a bed.
I've made my bed.
I'm already looking forward to doing a jigsaw next Christmas. On a bigger one.
You got away, haven't you?
Yeah, it's rough.
I think that's a good play. You've got some more work before it's finished, but I think that's...
Yeah, it's whether the game ends before I do it, which is like...
I don't think it will. But it depends. It's like how... Actually, can I retcon that slightly? Do that, because I'm a real piece of work. Ba-da-ba. I don't even like that song, but I seem to have integrated it into my jukebox. I feel like I'm doing a lot more dumb singing these days than I used
Probably
to.
because we're encouraging each other.
I don't know, maybe. Well, let's just cap that off because come on.
Okay, that's one camel.
Camel up.
That fool.
If you want fun camels, kidnap that fool.
What's happening?
I don't know. Did you just put down 2 camels?
No, I put down 1.
Well,
My second
I think you should treat yourself.
shall be my greatest camel of all. Why make me do all the stupid busy work? 1 camel. And
1 camel, then another, maybe a 3rd camel.
I'm gonna camel. 1 camel.
And a 6th one. And a 9th
We
one.
were like, oh, let's play games for ages and it'll just be a really fun. Because actually, what's happened is we've played 2 games, eaten the curry, and now we need a nap.
That was you. You were like, it's great. We'll just play games all day. We'll play games for like 8 hours, and you came with this huge stack of games. You're like,
We got through lots of them, thanks.
well, no, we played. Well, hang on. We've played Keyforge,
Yeah.
and then we played a Jigsaw, and then we
And then
played
we played Through the Desert,
Through the Desert.
and then we had dinner.
So technically, we've played 2 games.
I mean,
But I just love it, and I hope it never
Dice
changes.
Throne is only like 20 minutes.
I know, I just love your optimism. I just like, it's always the way you're like, it's going to be great. It's like when we ran our first convention at Shucks, you're like, yeah, it's going to be great. We're going to run this convention. And I'm just going to spend the whole weekend just going around playing games with people and just joining in and playing games. And I was like, I don't know how much time we're going to have for that. And you're like, yeah, we will. How many games? None. 1, maybe.
I think I played like 2.
I love it. It's just ceaseless optimism. It would just be fun. Play 8 games all day. And
When
I'm
in
like,
reality,
"Wins."
if I knew how fun this job was,
Wins.
I would never do it.
You'd never do
But I agreed to do
and
it.
run back home. I'm really worried about this camel situation.
Not gonna lie, you've probably lost this game. We could reset it, mate. You know what you're doing.
It's fine. It's fine. I've made my bed. I mean, I think I let myself down by trying to fence myself in, which is a classic technique.
It's classic Through the Desert.
Let's keep going.
photo.
Keep going.
It's your turn.
Okay. Well, let me just have a turn.
Consider my
Just
life.
consider my options. Yeah, because boy, those options.
Yeah.
They're sure.
Don't forget you get 10 points for having the longest of any given caravan.
Yep. That.
Smashed it.
And I realised I accidentally cheated. There should be a camel here, so I didn't actually close that off. So,
That wasn't cheating, I just thought you were leaving that till later.
well, no, but I took all the bits.
Right.
So I'm gonna do that
Okay.
to make it so I'm not cheating.
That sounds reasonable. Bum, bum. Yep. Now you've actually done the move. Take your stupid things. Oh yeah. No, I'm not done yet. It starts creeping in here.
Oh man, if I'd noticed that, I would have done that ages ago.
Then I would have just sniped down. So it's
yeah, no,
not
you would have done, but it still would have been.
annoying. Yeah. You
Really
can do it now.
annoying.
We can do exactly what you just said.
Yeah, but it's not going to be as annoying now because now you know that I'm just
I
trying to
always
annoy
know.
you.
Matt, I don't even see the board anymore.
Just,
Just
see-
camels
just see
scrolling by.
annoyance.
Blonde, brunette, redhead. What a creepy line in that movie.
Yeah, that's a really. I mean, it's yeah. But that
But
character.
that character was a creep, so it's allowed.
Yeah, that character was a piece of work.
Bum 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 bum.
Also, imagine camels with long blonde or red hair.
Yeah,
That's-
I think. Well, they can
That's
have
the sort of thing
manes
Quinn's into,
different-
as we've discovered
Um,
earlier. That's what he gets up out of bed for in the morning.
That's what I stay in bed for.
Quentin Smith.
This is a family show.
I'm just talking about lying in
Just
bed.
because this isn't
Thinking
going on
about
YouTube
camels.
doesn't mean
Low energy doesn't mean that it's
Properly just scraping the bottom of the camel
the point.
barrel
The
now.
the camel barrel. That's game because there's no flesh tone camels left.
Yeah. Ain't no flesh tone camels. They're on the move. DJ, gonna burn this flipping camel down.
Do you want to count up your points?
There's about 4 songs, I think.
So everything you've got here.
Plus,
Oh
all the
no,
bits I
let's do
fenced
the
off.
longest. So
Alright, longest
I've got,
camels.
I've got longest.
I'm definitely longest this one.
Yep, you can have that.
Right.
I'm probably longest.
You're definitely longest purple because I didn't know I had a purple.
Yeah, that's true.
You're longest pink.
You're longest green.
Yeah.
And then the beige. Ooh, no, I'm longest beige as well. Oh man, I only got these, really.
It's,
Okay.
it's a fun, colourful game.
What'd you
I
get?
got 126.
Oh, that was a lot closer than I was expecting. I got 141.
Yeah. It was this that won it.
Yeah, but you know, that person in chat was right. It's
It's all about placement.
but you know, it's
also,
got
I spent most of the game just being petty for fun.
but that's
Which
so
is
much of it.
A lot of fun.
And like, but because everyone's trying to get away with stuff all the time, it's one of the few games where someone blocking your plan just feels funny to me because it's like they're like no, and you're like yeah okay.
Especially because they can't choose ahead of you.
I don't and plus because you
Okay.
have 5 camel leaders, someone blocks one, it's like oh well I have another thing I'm getting, you know. It's like it's just kind of a delight,
Yeah.
and as an abstract, like it looks good. It's really quite thinky, but also just kind of tactile.
Yeah,
and
it's
funny.
really nice. It's really nice. It's a lot of fun.
I think this is great.
Bum, bada, bum, 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 bada, bum.
Bum, bum, bada, bum, bum, bum. Is this Flaggy Lee's? Are we going to wrap up the chat?
I don't know. What time is we on?
Well, I
That's the
had
big question we've
before,
got.
more
What was
importantly,
it?
before you guys go, I've
Oh.
got something.
By the way, that that text is really big, isn't it? It's been up since you lost the game.
I lost again. I lost the game again. Oh no. I'm going to go and cry on a train a bit. It's fine. I don't actually care. If I cared, I'd try harder. I just like messing with Quins because I'm a bad, bad boy. And I don't care. Who knows?
So,
Dos, tres.
one thing I always do for myself in Christmas, winter time, I always stop trying to read worthy books and just read loads of sci-fi and fantasy.
Nice.
That's my thing. That's what I always do for myself.
You got given this by someone at PAX Unplugged.
I did indeed.
And we were like, did you write this? And he was like, no.
But I thought for once,
Ah.
why not? And then that's Matt, and then there's one for Chris Pratt as well.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, and you've used fragile tape on the back that we used for transporting the camera
Yes,
equipment
it
to
was the
Canada.
only tape I had in my house.
That's amazing. Oh, thank you very much, man. I feel bad. I haven't
Merry
got you
Christmas.
anything.
No, it's okay. It was only look. This is my weird thing, and I know you two don't read much. But oh, here, Chris. Take the chair.
I just realised that camera's out, so I'll come out.
Okay, hang on. Look, I know neither of you are like big readers, which is why the books are made for children. No, it's not true. These are books that I know
Oh,
you're both
yeah.
you're both definitely, I think, really gonna like this and get a
Are they
kick out of
the
this.
same one?
No, they're not the same one because I chose them based on who you guys are. So this is N.K. Jemisin. She won the Hugo Award like for the last for all 3 books in this series, but it's fantasy written by a black woman, which means it's like on top of just being completely amazing.
5th season.
It's just such a great book, but also it's just very different fantasy because you've got a different voice, different perspective. She's great, but this is Lies of Locke Lamora. You haven't read this, have you?
No.
This is just like the best swashbuckling book. It's about a gang of thieves in a fantasy city, but this is like, if I could like erase knowledge of one book from my head so I could read it again, it
Wow.
would be this because it's just so funny and it's kind because I thought you like Sharp and it's a bit swashbuckly. But
People in the
again,
north with sharp. It's in our bones.
so now because I'm going to be reading fantasy over Christmas, you guys can do that too.
Oh,
and
that's wonderful.
Oh,
but wait,
thank you, buddy.
hang on, it gets super nerdy. Hang on.
Oh, sorry.
It's not
Sorry.
bouncing off the wall. Hang on, this is. Wait, better. Bear with me.
All right. Should we just start?
Just go read a book.
Well, this set of books is called the Gentleman Bastard Sequence, which I'm into a lot.
Okay, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hang on. Look, because reading is also for me and Christmas around self-care. So what we've got here.
I love it because you've talked about this to me quite a lot. You're like, what I like to do.
So what I always like to because when I'm reading, it's my quiet time, it's my self-care time. So I usually like candles or scented candles. If I'm really taking care of myself. But these, which one's this? Yeah, these are candles that because I've read these books that would actually.
Matching.
But like
Ooh.
it's
What did you get? I got amber and incense. Or
I
was
got
that?
fireside, I think.
yeah, this is just a dumb thing because I was walking past the candle shop on the way out, but then it's like.
This is not a dumb thing.
This is
Absolutely
great.
Well,
not.
I approve of you guys not making fun of me for buying.
This is
you
what I was
candles.
talking about earlier. About it's all about
Thank you.
little thoughtful gifts. This is wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm going to light a candle on the train home. Read my book.
There you go.
Oh, thanks, Quins.
Absolutely. And like I say, like they're both books that I just pretty much couldn't stop reading. So hopefully, even if you don't read much, you'll be like, hey, this is nice.
I'm looking forward to this. That's my Christmas sorted.
Hopefully, you'll both like them.
Thank you, friends. That's great. I'll let you know.
I had Matt loses another game on the whole time.
Oh gosh.
Sorry.
Wow, that's really good. That's really good.
I've lost the game of Christmas.
Wow,
Game of Christmas. You win or you lose.
wow, that's good.
Candle bougie. Petite bougie. Small and bougie. That's me.
Small and oh yeah, tiny. Oh, there's some weird stuff. Yankee candles were too expensive, and I don't even really like it, but it's what I had in Britain. But this wick is really dumb. This is something they've patented. You both have this. This is a wick that crackles like a fire.
Wow.
I don't know. It might be naff, and it might mean the candle burns in like an hour. But you know, if it starts cracking, it's not because
Woodwick.
it's defective and it's going
It's
to
made out of
explode.
wood.
Yeah, it's gonna. I don't know. But you can try it. And be
Crackles
like,
as it burns. That's lovely.
that is
Crackles as it
hilarious.
burns.
During that touching moment, we had Matt lose another game on this.
Now I feel terrible.
That is hilarious.
I didn't lose that game. I won that game. I won the game of Christmas, and that has been Shut Up and Sit Down Plays Christmas. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
It's been a lot of fun.
Shut Up and Sit Down is kept entirely alive through donations. We don't have adverts, we don't do sponsored content. We just make stuff that we want to exist and that we think you guys would benefit from. So only once or twice a year, we ask you, hey, if you love the show, if you love what we do, if you like spending time with us digitally, then maybe you can give us a buck or two. And if you do that this month, you get access to the donor newsletter, which is going to have half an hour bonus video of Matt and I just watching old Shut Up and Sit Down and chatting about it.
Yeah. And mainly me going, what's going on with these cameras? Oh my god. What's going on with your hair, Quins? Oh my god.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Yeah, we had fun doing that. We had a lot of fun doing that.
And now Matt is going to be released on a waking world to go
It's
back
been a really
to
fun
London.
year. Really looking forward to next year. Jumping into a bunch of stuff. We've got some wicked stuff in the hopper already.
Goodbye, everybody, and thank you very much, Chris Bratt, for doing all of the camera switching for this whole thing.
I'm doing another crosswise. You can't stop me.
What a peach. What a beautiful peach.
Goodbye, everybody.